you got a confession. The DA's office is happy. What more do you want?
Yes, sir, we got a confession. What we didn't get was a motive.
We have a motive.
Okay. Why aren't I happy?
So you're blaming us?
Who else? 2 confessions.
Back where we started. Only now we got 2 motives to go with the 2 confessions.
Everybody's leading us around by the nose. The mother, the daughter, a priest.
No matter how long I do this, you know, how many horrors I see, sometimes, every once in a while, I get one. And I think, when am I going to get tough?
Want to hear my idea? We don't have to move from this exact spot.
Whatever do you mean? You have absolutely no romance.
Well, I thought that's what I was talking about.
You know, I keep reading all these columns about, you know, how women expect more out of love than just a quick roll in the hay, you know, like flowers.
For heaven's sake. You brought me flowers last night.
You know, candy,
Brush your teeth.
breakfast in bed.
Are you gonna cook?
I'm gonna have it delivered. I'm a modern man.
Of course you are.
I am.
Oh, come
Croissants, coffee, quiche, and juice served by a butler in bed in a tuxedo who is about to arrive in about 10 minutes.
Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding. And I think we should at least be presentable before he comes,
Dory,
don't you?
come on, you lie.
I am not. He's gonna be here in 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
10 minutes.
Maybe he'll be late.
Good, you're here. Look, the lady's still in the shower. Do you think it could be changed and set up before? It's too late. Look, I really want this to be something special, okay? Put these on the tray, okay?
Chris, breakfast is ready.
Is that something we should do, or should we just get back in bed?
All done.
Ta-ta!
Pop.
You don't know my father.
Oh, certainly, Christine. He knows that you're sexually active. Well, thank you for the discreet phrase. And how can you make it sound like radiation poisoning? I am not making a judgment, Christine. I mean, you told him about Dory, right? Mary Beth, it is one thing for my father to know that I know men. It's a whole other country for him to walk in like that. I don't know what to do.
Well, you want advice, or are you venting?
No, I do not. Well, I know, either way, it doesn't matter to me.
No.
I'm trying to make appropriate responses here.
I want to look at a corpse, okay?
Oh, you really are a joy this morning.
Well, I hate suicide. There's nothing that depresses me more than
As opposed
suicide.
to a nice, jolly murder?
Yeah. At least I can understand what it feels like to want to kill somebody.
Yeah? Anybody I know?
Yeah. A partner who's charming and understanding on a Monday morning.
It was a surprise to everybody in the building, no?
Detectives Lacey and Cagney, 14th.
Upstairs, 17B.
It's such a shame. A real shame. They're very nice people, the Tantons, you know. They tip very well.
Thank you.
Oh, I love New York.
Oh, Lord, that's what's his name?
Sinclair, the medical examiner. The terrible puns.
Thank you.
If you'll excuse the expression.
Father?
The lady detectives Casey and Lacey.
Cagney and Detective Lacey. So what do we have?
I assure you, you don't want to look. A handgun to the temple is very messy.
Have any idea on motive?
You might say he lost his head.
Oh, come on, Sinclair. Will you give us a break just this once?
You can't expect me to just pass those things up, can you? There's a note in the typewriter.
Has anyone touched it?
Deceased and widow. She found him. She's in her bedroom. Separate bedroom. Look, if I get the body downtown now, I can have a preliminary for you by this afternoon.
Are you through with your photographs?
Sure you want to do that? Okay, boys, take him away. I'm going to try to read what's left of his mind.
I got home about 10 o'clock last night. And Peter had told me that he was going to be working, and he doesn't like me to disturb him when he's working, so I went right to bed. I woke up about, I guess it was 4 o'clock, and I went in to get a drink of water, and I saw that he wasn't in his room, but I didn't worry because he often falls asleep in the study. And then it was 6 when I found him.
We appreciate how hard this is on you, but we have to do it. Have any idea why your husband would want to kill himself?
There was a note.
Yes, Mrs. Tan, but it was pretty vague.
He said there was no purpose anymore. You lived with a man for 25 years, and there are things about him we don't know. He was a stranger.
I don't like it. Doesn't feel right.
I agree. I don't like the idea of a tight suicide note.
Yeah, with no signature. Plus, listen to this here. I apologize to my daughter Jane and my wife Julie for all the pain I have caused. I have been neither a good father nor a good husband, for which I ask forgiveness from you both. Now, what kind of a man's going to worry about a dangling honey cord when he's about to kill himself?
Be careful, man.
Who then splashes himself all over the room? I don't buy it.
Cab, ladies.
No thanks. We got our own.
He finds out what kind of wife wakes up at 4 a.m. and then waits 2 hours to check on her husband.
Mary Beth, not everybody's as happily married as you and Harvey.
What are you fighting with me for? You're the one that wanted a homicide.
Which we aren't even going to get anyway because Lieutenant wants the Lukovsky report today.
Well, we will work on the Lukovsky report until the autopsy's done, then we'll get on it. What's the problem?
I loathe optimism.
Cagney, have you got the report on the Likovsky case yet?
I'm working on it right now, sir.
Okay, I want to see it this afternoon, huh?
On your desk. Did you talk to the medical examiner?
Yeah, he said give him half an hour. He said, oh, never mind.
What'd he say?
He said he had a good head start on it.
He's a very sick man.
We're sorry to have to intrude again, Mrs. Tanton, but in light of the medical examiner's report, we need to ask you a few more questions, okay?
Do you know anybody who would want to harm your husband?
No. He was a very popular man.
No known enemies, none at all.
No.
Business. Did he ever discuss any problems regarding business with you?
No.
And there was no sign of a forced entry, and nothing was missing.
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Well, it would appear that whoever shot your husband was someone that he probably knew. Did he mention anyone coming to visit him here last night?
No.
Well, Mrs. Tanton, we're going to have to talk to a few other people. The business associates, friends, your daughter Jane.
Jane, why would you bring her into this?
Her father may have said something to her.
No. They rarely spoke to each other.
Yes, ma'am. We still like to talk to her.
No.
Beg your pardon?
I'm afraid I can't allow that. She's a very emotional girl.
I'm sorry, but it's necessary. In fact, it would help us if you could give us the names and addresses of other... Mrs. Tennant.
It's no use.
Ma'am?
You don't need to talk to anyone else. I killed my husband.
The way I like to see it done. So, case closed. Time to move on.
Yes, sir, only we are not entirely satisfied, sir.
Why, you got a confession. The DA's office is happy. What more do you want?
Yes, sir, we got a confession. What we didn't get was a motive.
She told us she killed him. She told us where the gun was. She typed the note and she waited till morning.
2 hours.
But she refuses to say why she killed him.
They've been married for what, 24, 25 years? Tell her, Lacey. It happens in a marriage sometimes.
True, sir, but all we're trying to say is we asked her why. She said it wasn't important, that nothing mattered but that she'd done it.
That's not acceptable. So with your permission, we'd like to stay on it.
Yeah, but you still got the warehouse break-ins, right?
Yes, sir.
And the Social Security muggings? And I have yet to see the Ledkowski report on my desk, right?
Yes, sir.
So you still got time to mess around with a case that's all wrapped up, huh?
With all due respect, sir, we would really
Wait,
like...
Lacey, you want to have some more work? Okay, wait. I got some more work for you. Okay.
Sir, no, really, that's fine. Thank you, sir.
Annual performance evaluation. Mary Beth Lacey, Christine Cagney. Look them over, initial them, return them. I don't think you're going to be too unhappy.
Thank you, sir.
So what do we do now, partner?
The Ledkowski report first. What's that? Would you look at this?
There's 11 categories in this evaluation. You got highest ratings in 10 of them, and the second highest rating in the other one.
Communication skills. He says that I'm sometimes... What's he say? Brusque. I've never been brusque in my life. If I were a man, he wouldn't call me brusque. He'd say that I was aggressive. Mary Beth, let me ask you. You tell me the truth. Do you find me brusque?
Well, Christine, I understand how you feel, but sometimes you are a little less than tactful.
But never brusque. I'm gonna go talk to him. Excuse me, Lieutenant.
Oh, Cagney, yeah, come on in.
Yes.
Listen, now, I've been thinking about it, and maybe I was a little hasty. I've been looking over the Tanton file again, and I don't like it either. Take a day. Talk to a few people, and then we'll reevaluate. Something else?
No, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Brusque.
Hey, Dory.
Hello, Mr. Cagney.
Hi, how are you? Say, get him in for a drink?
Sure.
Come on, the place around the corner, come on. I'm coming. Hold your horses. Oh, hey, Chris, come in. Something wrong?
You're damn straight something's wrong. What do you think you were doing tonight?
You want some coffee? I can either heat some up or make you some fresh.
Answer me something. Is it your plan to cross-examine every one of my boyfriends?
Oh, will you slow down? All I did was buy the guy a cup of coffee.
What you were doing was trying to find out if poor Dory's intentions were honorable or something.
Oh, come on, Christine.
Which is none of your business.
Just you wait 1 minute, young lady. It sure as hell is my business. It's a father's business to know who his daughter's... Associating with?
Sleeping with. That's what you wanted to say. I am an adult.
And I'm a father, your father. I raised you, Christina, and I love you. And what you do
To some extent, always reflects back on you.
affects me.
I am hardly what you would call promiscuous. I am 38 years old, Daddy. And anybody I choose to spend my time with,
Who you choose to sleep with.
it's nobody's business but my own. Charlie, you're the one that told me that a parent's job was to become obsolete. You said that it had to end. Yes, you did. At 18 or 21 or somewhere, it's got to end.
Not if you care. If you care, it never ends. Just the job description changes a little.
If I'd wanted you to meet Dory, I would have introduced you. I just wasn't ready.
Oh, now that's terrific. That is really terrific. He's good enough to sleep with, but he's not good enough to meet me, huh? I tell you, Chris, there's something wrong with a guy who comes crying to you because I buy him a cup of coffee.
You know why he told me? Because he thought it was nice. I don't. You leave him alone, Charlie.
Oh, yeah? Well, then answer me this. How the hell can you get serious about anybody who roots for the lousy Boston Celtics?
Miss Tanton.
You. Do you know what you've done? Do you have any idea what you have done? This is a false arrest. You have the wrong person in custody. Now, I was a law student. I'll run a writ of habeas corpus and then a civil suit for every penny you
Wait
have
a
got.
minute, lady. Your mother confessed to shooting your father.
Well, she didn't. She couldn't have. He killed himself. He couldn't live with himself any longer, so he did the world
Miss
a
Tanton,
favor.
we have a medical examiner's report inside. I'm sorry. It could not have been suicide.
Well, that doesn't mean my mother did it. She couldn't have. I mean, if you knew what kind of a person, the kindest, gentlest soul.
We appreciate how hard this is on you, Miss Tanton.
Did she tell you she has a heart condition? That this kind of a thing could kill her?
We will call Rikers. We'll have a doctor examine her.
You don't understand. My mother would never hurt anybody. Never. My father ruined her life. He made it hell for her, and she never once confronted him. She never even complained. I used to beg her to leave him, and she said she couldn't, that we had to love him no matter what, because that's the way he was. Now, can you understand that?
Miss Tanton, we're trying to understand, but why would she tell us that she killed him?
Man, a liar.
I'm asking you about your mother, Miss Tanton.
What is it that he did? Did he beat her?
He deserved to die. The man was purest evil. He deserved worse than a
Nobody
bullet.
deserves to die. There must be a reason why she killed him.
She didn't kill him.
Well, she confessed to it.
Miss Tanton, you think maybe you better go home now?
No. No, I won't. No.
Jane.
No, are you deaf?
No.
Don't you listen to me?
Yes.
My mother is trying to protect me. She didn't kill the bastard. I did.
What, so you're blaming us?
Who else? 2 confessions. Let's say one of our confessed murderers, no, worse. Make it both of our ladies. Changes her mind. Then what? Who do I file against? What, pick one, anyone? And then what? I'll tell you what. Smart defense lawyer takes it to a bleeding heart jury. How can we ever really know what happened on that fateful night? Is it not better that 100 guilty women be set free than one poor, unfortunate, unfairly convicted?
Excuse me, but how exactly is it our fault?
I will reiterate. I am not going to trial like this, okay? So you either tie them in together, or you blow the air out of one of their stories, and we will all pray to get out of this without looking like a bunch of jerks. Capiche? I appreciate it, ladies. Goodbye. And good luck.
How exactly is this our fault? Yes, Miss Manchester. All right, thank you. Bingo, it is confirmed. We have a motive.
Okay. Why aren't I happy?
Mary Beth, come on. You never believed Jane's confession. I never believed Jane's confession, so we were right.
Think the mother's confession is for real?
I don't know. She sure had a damn good reason for murdering her husband.
So, we go confront Jane, we get her to retract. Oh, I really hate this.
Hey, it's not my favorite thing either. You want to be bad cop or good cop?
Oh, it's up to you. Take your pick.
I am telling you, I did it. Now, what more do you bloodsuckers want? You have to let my mother go.
No, Miss Tan, we don't have to do anything of the kind.
Especially since I don't believe you.
I did it. It's my fault.
Good. Fine, Jane. You familiar with the name of Denise Manchester? 27 years old, part-time model. I love that. She's living in the village in an apartment rented under your father's name.
I know who she is.
I'll bet you do. Well, Miss Manchester was under the impression your father was going to leave your mother and marry her.
My mother told me.
Did she?
Finally got lucky, I'd say.
Mm-hmm. You think that's how your mother felt? After 25 years of marriage? What are you, a mind reader? Oof. You talk to her.
Miss Tan, I can understand why you confessed. You're close to your mother, you know, you sympathize with her, and it's natural that you would want to help her. But you were a law student, is that correct? And you know what two confessions will do to our case. Miss Tan, are you okay?
Okay. Oh, I'm fine. It's you who's not okay. I mean, you think you know everything, and you're so stupid.
Oh, cut it.
Oh, shut up and listen to me. You don't know anything. My father wasn't leaving my mother for another woman. He was leaving her for two little girls.
I beg your pardon?
Denise Manchester has two little girls.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Miss Tanton, did your father... Well, I'm trying to say, did your
He
father...
molested me. He was a horrible, disgusting man. I hated him. Every night I prayed to God he wouldn't do it anymore. I wanted him to die.
Oh, Lord, I'm sorry.
Sorry. My father forced me to have sex with him from the age of 10 until I could get out of the house. Only it wasn't over then. All the hate and the mess and the guilt. My life is a disaster. 2 years of law school, that's all. I never finish anything. My marriage. Man, I think about that horrible filth and I want to die. More than that, I want him dead.
He is dead. Jane, did you kill him?
When I heard about Denise Manchester and her two daughters, two little innocent girls, I couldn't let him do that again. I went there to tell him that I was going to expose him if he went ahead with the wedding. And do you know what he did? He laughed at me. You want to know why I killed him? My life is a sewer. And it's his fault. And he laughed at me. Don't.
First time I worked on an incest case was a kid not yet 9 years old. She'd be about the age that Jane Tanton is now, and I was wondering if she still hurts today the way that woman does. Oh, I don't know. No matter how long I do this, no matter how many horrors I see, sometimes, every once in a while, I get one, and I think, when am I going to get tough? I mean, why do I keep subjecting myself? Family stuff is the worst. Husbands and wives and children and parents is the stuff that's supposed to make life good, right? And instead, it just gets all twisted up into something ugly. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'll be okay.
You're okay. Don't worry about the rest of us.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Montgomery?
Yes?
Detective Cagney.
How do you do, Detective?
Detective Lacey.
Detective?
Hello. Go ahead.
Hello, Julia.
Hello, Stan.
Sit down. Now, I want to go on record again that my client is talking to you over my objections.
Got it, Mr. Montgomery.
All right.
Mrs. Tanton, you've read your daughter's statement?
Yes. I didn't want. I'm so sorry Janie had to tell this to strangers.
You knew about it all the time, didn't you?
No. Never. I didn't know anything until then. Until that night. I came home early, and they were shouting so loud, they didn't even hear me come in. At first, I was frightened. I didn't even recognize their voices, so I listened. And I couldn't believe what Janie was accusing him of. It was too horrible. And then she was gone. We didn't even see each other. And I went into the study. And there was someone there that I'd never seen before in my life. Never. In 25 years. That's when I knew it was true. Peter just looked at me. He didn't even seem surprised to see me. And he said, Julia, this is all your fault. The whole thing. You didn't satisfy me. You were always too sick. I was too sick. And then I remembered all the times that Janie had asked me to take her with me. Asked me not to leave her alone with him. She begged me to send her to boarding school, to send her to camp, anywhere. And it never occurred to me. I got Peter's gun from his bedroom, and I came back into the study, and he was sitting there at his desk, working. And I came up behind him.
Julia, I don't...
No,
think
Stanley, the only thing that matters now is that they believe me. You must believe me. I shot him. I shot him!
But you didn't say why.
I wanted to protect her. Her reputation. That's all I can do for her now, you see.
But you see, now she has confessed.
But she's lying. My daughter is lying to save me.
Can you imagine? To save me.
Okay, so where were we?
Well, sir, we're back where we started. Only now we got two motives to go with the two confessions.
So we gotta go for independent corroboration, a third party. Otherwise, all we got here is a mess.
We talked to the girlfriend. Her two daughters are in the custody of her ex-husband, and she swears neither child was ever left alone with Tan.
She is, of course, shocked, angry about the accusation. She says impossible. Man wasn't like that. She thinks the mother and daughter are making it all up, trying to get off.
So, I see two avenues of exploration. The doorman at Tanton's co-op,
Yes, sir.
and also the live-in maid.
Yeah, Isabella Aragon. And the only other address we have on her didn't pan out. They never heard of her.
Sounds like a illegal alien situation, which means she doesn't want to be found.
Plus, we don't know for sure she was even there that night.
No chance she did it.
I don't think so. According to Mrs. Tanton, she speaks no English. Remember the typed note? It was perfect English. All the way down to the non-dangling participle.
I thought this one was going to be a grounder. Okay, get on it.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So where do you want to start?
Check the co-op again.
Here we are, ladies.
You sure about the maid?
Oh, I'd never miss a looker like that. I've got ESP, you know what I mean?
No.
Extrasensual prescription.
Ah.
Now, that young beauty was nipping out the back way carrying a paper bag full of clothes. Would have been very hard to miss a baby doll like that.
Well, thank you, Mr. McDonald. Where is Isabella's room?
Just back that way.
Thank you.
I always like to help the boys in blue, as it were. You know? I have an uncle in the force.
Thank you,
He was
Mr. McDonald.
Oh, all right. Yes, right.
So she was here that night.
So she'll know.
Maybe she'll know.
If we can find her.
Even if we do, I doubt she's going to testify.
Well, right now, I'd settle for talking with her.
Hey, Mary Beth.
Yeah.
What I found.
What?
Oh. Padre George Tate. What's that say?
Sociedad, Salvadorian Aid Society. Salvadorena, see?
So let's call him.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Father Tate?
Yes, can I help you?
Yes, I'm Detective Cagney. This is Detective Lacey. We're hoping that you could help us find someone.
I see. Then I'm afraid I can't help you.
Excuse me, Father. We're not with Immigration and Naturalization. We're working on a homicide investigation.
But Mr. Tanton, he and his wife had a live-in maid named Isabel Aragon, and she could be of help to us, Father.
We don't want to deport her. We want to talk to her.
You realize that for most of the people I deal with at the Salvadorian Aid Society, the distinction between the INS and the NYPD is very blurred. There's not a lot of trust there.
Do they trust you?
I don't know if I can trust you. I don't know her.
But you could find her.
Maybe, but it would be on my terms.
Which are?
She's free to go after she's answered your questions. No detention.
That may not be our choice, sir.
It will be, the way I set it up.
Excuse me, Father. Sorry, Father. But I should tell you, I don't like being dictated to.
Well, who does? But you're the ones with the problem. Listen to me. I'm not stupid. I know the advantage of having cops in my debt. The Salvadoran Aid Society is my own crusade. It isn't sanctioned by my church. So I learned the hard way that if I don't take care of these people and myself, then nobody else will. Now, if I find Isabella Aragon, I want guarantees, and the only guarantees I trust are my own. Now, if that isn't acceptable, Then go in peace. And may God be with you.
I'm getting a candy bar. You want a candy bar? Relax, Christine. The priest said he'd call tonight. He said maybe he'd call. Definite maybe. Relax. How can I relax? Do you want a candy bar or not? Huh?
Everybody's leading us around by the nose. The mother, the daughter, a priest. Everybody's running this case but us.
I don't think we ever have much control. Sometimes we just fool ourselves better.
What's that supposed to be, deep and philosophical?
No, it's something I was thinking about. Want some reasoning behind it?
No, not a whole lot.
Christine, you remember when you asked me if I thought you were ever brusque?
Brusque. I'm sorry. I'm working on it.
So tell me your theory. If you believe, which I do, that orderliness is
Is
a
this
matter...
a long story?
Nobody ever learned anything with their mouth open, Christine.
Oh, hi, Mary Beth.
Oh, hiya, Charlie.
Officer's order?
Hi, Charlie.
They told me I'd find you in here.
Yeah, we're working late. We're waiting for a phone call.
I want a coffee. You want some? I'll get you coffee,
Oh,
Charlie.
no, you don't have to leave. I got some tickets for the Knicks game Friday night. I just wanted to see if Christine could possibly go.
Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can go.
Hey, yeah, good. Terrific. Listen, Chris, do me a favor. Will you hang on to the tickets for me just for safekeeping?
No, Charlie, you keep them.
Come on, honey, please. You know how I am. Please, I'd feel a lot better if you'd hold them for me.
Okay.
Well, I got a couple of guys waiting outside me. I better beat it. I'll see you Friday. Mary Beth?
See ya. Bye, Charlie. Nice. Peace offering. Hey, there are 3 tickets.
Home? No kidding. Maybe he wants you to invite somebody.
Oh, do you think?
Oh, Charlie, guess who the Knicks are playing?
The Celtics.
Who else? Detective Lacey, 14th Precinct. How you doing, Father? Evening, Father.
How are you doing?
Father?
Isabella, estas son las 2 detectives de quien te habla.
¿Cómo estás?
Bien. ¿Usted?
Not bad. Senorita. Talked to Isabella Aragon. She says she was there. She heard you arguing. Then she heard you leave. And then she heard a gunshot.
You're bluffing. If you could really prove anything, you wouldn't have to talk to me. You'd just release me.
Smart. Okay. Your mother wants to plead guilty, and the DA's office won't make a deal unless you withdraw your plea.
But I did it. It's my fault.
No, honey, you may think it's your fault, but I know you didn't do it.
No, get her out of here. Jane, please. I want my lawyer. You cannot question me without my lawyer.
We've already called him, Jane. Yeah, we're just gonna sit here and wait with you.
I know my rights, and this is unconstitutional.
Not if we don't ask you any questions.
We're just gonna listen to anybody who wants to talk.
Jane.
Do this to me.
Jane, you look so pale. Are you all right?
See, this isn't going to do any good.
I missed you. I miss talking to you.
Mother, please.
Let me do this.
It's my fault.
It was never your fault.
I tempted him, he said, especially because you were sick. You wouldn't, so I had to, he said. I'm sorry, Mother. I'm sorry. I love you. How could I have done this to you?
To me,
You didn't do anything to me, Janie. It was him. It was all him.
I hate myself. I disgust myself for doing it. How could I have done it?
He made you do it.
I should have made him stop.
Janie, you were too little. But I wish you had come to me, sweetheart. I would have made him stop.
I couldn't tell you. You were too sick.
Jane, I'm your mother.
You didn't want to be my mother. You wanted to be my friend.
But that's what I thought you wanted too. We had such a good time together. Didn't we have fun, Jane? I still can't believe he was...
Say it. A child molester. Say it.
I can't.
Did you know?
Oh, no.
You had to know.
I swear
How could
to
you
you.
not know?
I swear to you I didn't know.
Don't tell me you didn't know something. No, you knew, and you just didn't do anything about it because all you cared about was keeping your marriage together. All you cared about was what other people think.
Janie, if I had suspected, baby, I would have taken you away. I would have taken you away with me. You've got to believe me, Jane. Please, please believe me, Janie. I didn't know until I heard you that night. And then I had to kill him. I killed him.
I'm glad he's dead.
Don't be glad, Janie.
Miss Tanton, can I say something to her? Jane, I think that your mother wants to accept responsibility for her guilt. And I know that you have to accept responsibility for your innocence. You didn't do anything. You didn't do anything. You're not guilty of anything.
Let me do this. Please. You have to go on with the rest of your life, sweetheart. Please, if you could just find it in your heart to forgive me. Baby, just try to forgive me.
Oh, Mommy.
Oh, I love you, Jane.
I love you, Mommy.
I love it. You guys are fantastic. I really mean it. Coffee on me. We finish up the paperwork and Jane Tanton walks. The old lady cops to manslaughter and does life time. Now, she deserves worse, but at least I don't have to take this in front of a sympathetic jury, for which I am deeply grateful. Guess you guys can figure I owe you one, huh?
Thanks.
Cream, sugar?
No, thanks.
Hey, best of all, I get off on my weekend on time. Taking my lady for a romantic 2 days out at Montauk. Come on, cheer up. You guys did good.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, listen, I gotta get a move. I'm gonna beat the traffic on the LIE. Listen, you guys have a good weekend too, right? Congratulations. I'll talk to you next week.
You got anything on for the weekend?
The ball game with my father.
Oh, Celtics.
How about you?
Got my steady date in Queens. States.
Oh, you had to be blind not to see it.
2 refs, and not one of them blew the whistle.
Yeah, well, you two are the only 2 people in the garden that saw it.
What are you talking about? Bird gave him an elbow. He misses that shot, we're in overtime.
Damn right. Parrish had 5
What are you
fouls
kidding? It wouldn't have
against
meant a
him.
thing.
I'm telling you, we should have walked away with the game.
No, it wouldn't even been close.
Right, Pop. More coffee?
Yeah, I'll have some.
No, that's okay. I told these guys I'd meet him in the morning, go to Jersey, look at some land. I gotta hit the rack early.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, I'll go with you. We can share a cab together.
How come?
Pop?
Hold it. You stay out of this. Now, you listen to me, pal. It makes no difference to me when you leave this apartment. You can leave in 5 minutes, you can leave in 5 hours. I don't care when you leave. But you are not going to leave the same time I do, because I wouldn't believe that for a minute. So, officer daughter, I'll see you in a couple of days. And you, I am telling you, Bird threw an elbow.
Pop?
Me too.
Cops don't rat on cops.
Lowell's been assigned to you as a partner.
No.
Yeah, it must be real tough for you knowing that everybody hates your guts.
Lowell, he nails a bunch of cops for being on the take. Chris, she turns in her boss for sexual harassment.
Are you saying that what Lowell and I did is the same thing?
Cagney, you're a sergeant. Now, I want you to pull yourself together and start acting like one.
Being a police officer is like being a member of a club. You have to play by the rules.
You guys gotta try harder than that if you can keep me from being a cop.
I cannot work with this guy. He is dead weight. And I want him removed.
Yes, Inspector, I realize that there is nothing personal involved. No. No, I understand your position perfectly.
Good morning.
Think so?
So sue me. I'm an optimist.
Inspector, I don't really care whose decision it was. All I'm saying to you is I got enough problems here already without adding more.
No, ma'am, just hang on, please.
Yes, I am listening to you.
What's up?
They're all very capable. And well, I'm in the habit of making the assignments here.
What's going on?
It seems we've got ourselves a new transfer.
Yes,
The lieutenant's trying to do what he can to rectify the matter.
Is that him?
Yes.
Well, he looks harmless enough from where I'm standing.
Better check your eyesight, Cagney. That's Patrick Lowell in there.
Sure, it's not.
The Patrick Lowell? Is he getting transferred here?
Say what you will about him, the man's got guts.
Guts?
Inspector Nelman.
You call ratting on your partner's guts? Listen, I don't care if a cop peddles dirty pictures in church. You just don't go squealing on another cop.
Yes, we have
Cops don't
had
rat on cops.
much
It's
more
not like I'm
enjoyable
agreeing with what the guy
conversations
did.
I sure hope
not. Cagney. Yeah.
Yes, Lieutenant.
Have a seat.
Thank you. I'm fine right here. Thank you, Lieutenant.
Detective Lowell, Sergeant Cagney. Detective Lowell has been transferred here from the 7th floor in Brooklyn. Seems they got an overload of staff there.
Matter of fact.
Yeah, seeing as we are understaffed here, the detective is going to fill the gap.
Lieutenant, if you don't mind, I'm due at the task force headquarters in about 35 minutes.
Cagney, Detective Lowell, if you don't mind, I'd like to have a word with the sergeant.
Not at all. and just go outside, try to make myself comfortable.
Lady, you know that I've been on this job a long time now. Long enough to know that on occasion we have to do things that we may not feel too crazy about doing. What I'm trying to say to you is that there are times when we do things just solely, and I mean solely for the good of the department.
I understand.
What the hell? Lowell's been assigned to you as a partner.
No. No. That's
Save
not right.
yourself
I'm
a migraine. Squawking against this one's going to get you nowhere.
I'm a superior officer, and I should have some say about with whom I work.
Yeah, well, ordinarily you would. It's just that in this case, Inspector Nelman thinks that you're the right officer for the job.
Oh, really?
Yes, and I happen to think that you're someone whose sense of professionalism far outweighs any personal feelings you might have. Bottom line is that Lacey's on maternity leave makes you the only one available.
What is this? Has Nelman got it in for me or what?
That'd be enough.
Oh, come on, Lieutenant. You know he's had it in for me ever since I brought Hennessy up on charges. And that's what this is about, isn't it?
Cagney, you're a sergeant. Now, I want you to pull yourself together and start acting like one. Now, there's been a series of stick-ups at the automatic tellers in the Wall Street area. I'm going to take you off of the task force, and I'm putting you and Lowell on stake-up. Here.
Why not? I mean, what, a $200 ATM mugging is much more important than a $4 million armed car robbery. Lieutenant, excuse me, please. Let me give you a little advice. Don't get too comfortable.
$4.7 million lifted with hardly a trace from a Lodi armored car.
Yeah, my bet's on organized crime.
Let's bet on one thing at a time. You guys all placed your bets with Coleman yet?
Well, I heard Lowell had his locker set on fire at the 7-4 and still stuck it out 10 days. I'm putting down 20 that he stays 15.
Nah, it's gonna take longer than that. Barring any bonfires, it's gonna take 3 days for him to realize everybody hates him. It's gonna take 4 more for him to realize just how much everyone hates him. Probably another week for it to sink in, and then another week to get a transfer, huh? I think we're talking about 21 days here.
Coleman bet Lowell won't last a week at the 14th.
Yeah? What's the 14th after the 7-4 doesn't?
For starters, you was Becky.
Can you believe this crap? I get pulled off the armored car task force, the only glory detail of the month, you understand, and they put me on some penny ante money machine muggings. Breathe. In, out, in, out. Perfect. And then to top the whole thing off, I get Lowell as a partner, which, if you don't mind my saying so, Mary Beth, would not have happened if you and Harvey had controlled yourselves. Just concentrate on the focal point, okay? You know what it's gonna be like working with this guy, huh? There's not a cop in the city that doesn't want to spit in his face. Did you also know he was still in uniform when he pulled this stunt? That's right. Equal breasts, easy, equal breasts. That's it. Perfect. Oh, Mary Beth, I wish you'd just deliver so that I could get out of this mess. There. 60 seconds. All right. One last final cleansing breath. Perfect.
As I recall, this man blew the whistle on 6 police officers on the take. As guys using their badge to line their pockets. I say they deserve to be weeded out.
I didn't say that they didn't. But how did Lowell do it? He broke ranks and he spills his guts to outside agencies? He went to the press.
Well, maybe he tried going through a department, didn't get anywhere. It happens, you know.
Well, maybe he should have tried a little harder. You don't have to hang the department's dirty laundry out in public.
Now, where have I heard that before?
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, that's the same line Nelman used. When you brought charges against Hennessy for sexual harassment?
Are you saying that what Lowell and I did is the same thing?
Well, I'm not saying it's exactly the same
It isn't
thing.
even close to the same thing. I kept my charges in-house, and you know it, Mary Beth.
Chris.
Where are my mittens?
I'm saying that you acted out of integrity. Maybe Lowell did, too.
I know they're here somewhere.
Christine, you showed that a police officer cannot be above the law. So did Lowell.
Found him.
Oh, Chris, come on.
That bastard went outside. And you know what really ticks me off? He got a TV movie and a gold shield for it. And what did I get? Flack from the brass. And now I have Patrick Lowell as a partner. There's the difference. Chris.
Why is it cold out there? You know, nature has no business calling in weather like this. Cinnamon. My wife Sylvia, ever since we moved to the country, she's got this thing about cinnamon and spices and natural stuff. Next thing you know, she's gonna put dill weed in my hot chocolate. You want some coffee? My dad used to work with Nat Cagney over in Flushing. Is he any relation?
My father's name is Charlie, and he's never worked in Flushing.
Oh, then you're a police brat, too. Huh? Boy, can I remember.
I don't want to hear about it.
Well, I don't suppose you do.
I read the papers. I see the news. I even saw your performance, the Davis Commission hearings. Lowell, I know all I want to know about you.
Okay. I get the picture.
Well, I'm going to skip yours. What's it going to be, a TV movie? About a cop wearing a crown of thorns who saves the world from 6 rotten apples?
For what it's worth, I turned the TV movie down.
The widow of the cop who killed himself. She'll be so glad.
All cars within the confines of the 14th precinct at 10:30. Possible mugging at the automatic teller machine. Delancey and Lafayette, northeast corner.
414 responding.
Then we see the guy laying out in front of the money machine, barely conscious and blood all over the place. And my buddy Ira, he thinks it's a drunk that's passed out. But I ain't never seen a wino wearing $100 loafers.
You see, you can't describe the car, and you didn't get their license plate, right? No. Did you happen to get a clear look at any of the passengers?
Only the driver. It was a white kid, dark hair, and with one of those big purple thingamajigs on his face.
For a strawberry mark?
Yeah, right. Did I happen to see you a couple of months ago on TV?
Possible.
Next up, Hollywood. Thank you.
Hey, donuts. Donuts here. Courtesy of Willie Woo of Woo's Donut Shop, who this morning became the proud father of an 8-pound baby boy.
Bavarian cream. I hope he believes in large families.
That's okay. I'm a crawler man myself.
I appreciate it. Okay, thank you. Beat Cotton Bay Ridge thinks he has the lead on the getaway driver. Punk kid that he knows fits the physical description. Matches the teletype. Take Billy DeSalvo, 1412 Towner Street. You ready?
Oh. I'm sorry. It's a little accident.
When you clean yourself up, I'll be in the car. Is this a DeSalvo residence?
Yes.
We'd like to talk to Billy, please.
He's not here.
You know where he went?
No. Yes, he must be at work. His uncle has a garage and he works with him, and he thinks that Billy has the makings for a real good mechanic.
Mind if we come in?
Wait a minute. He didn't do anything. I swear to God, he didn't do anything. Don't hurt him! Stop!
Freeze, police! Right there! Hold it right there.
I didn't do nothing, Gene, I swear. I didn't do nothing, I swear.
You have the right to inside. You have the right to inside anything you say can be against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney and to have an attorney present for any questions.
You know, I kind of hoped having a wife and a kid might help straighten Billy out. See, me and Billy, we go way back. First time I collared him, he must have been 11, 12 years old. About the same time he started running with the straight razors. How are you, Tom?
Any chance that he's still with him?
There's none of them left to be with. In fact, Billy's about the only one who isn't doing time in Attica.
Any idea who he's running with now? I asked you a question. You know who he's with these days?
Billy with a gang now?
You know, we got about a half dozen gangs in Bay Ridge alone. Best bet would be to check with the youth gang division.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you.
Listen, for what it's worth, you know, Billy's boosted his share of cars. He's even performed wheel service on occasion. But jumping people at money machines, it just doesn't sound like Billy.
Okay.
You've been very helpful. Thanks a lot.
Is he with you?
We ride in the same car.
Prepare yourself, children, for a home base that transforms 25,000 individual police officers into a single unified force.
Well, what do you know? The fabulous foursome, huh? Keeping the city safe from these poor defenseless armored trucks. How's it going?
It's a regular three-ring circus.
We'll see you back at the fort. All right. Official word has it that terrorists are behind the robbery, so now all the teams are scrambling to pin the job on their favorite crackpots.
Yeah, the 2-9's got some black paramilitary leader, and the 101 is sitting on some Puerto Rican revolutionary. My bets are on the neo-Nazis or the KKK.
That's as spirit as Becky, huh? You cracked this case with the glory of the old 1-4. Me personally, I have a very exciting rendezvous with the youth gang.
Cagney, can I talk to your partner for a second? I just want to speak to you for a minute. Just wondering how things are settling in for you. Oh, fine. Thanks for asking. Yeah, it must be real tough for you knowing that everybody hates your guts and all. Well, what I'm trying to say is I've come to the conclusion you're not a quitter. I mean, what's the big deal that people treat you like a leper? You're a big boy. You make your own decisions. But I don't think you're the type to up and transfer just because of a little coffee. So how much you bet? What do you mean bet? On how long I'd stick it out. I don't know what you're talking about. I hope you didn't bet too much. Because, you know, I tend to do the unexpected.
Bay Ridge. Bay Ridge?
Right.
Sorry, must have been misplaced. You try checking with the original precinct?
We just came from there. They said that all the files on neighborhood gangs are stored here at central headquarters.
Oh, believe me, they got their own copies. You show them a little muscle, they're bound to deliver.
You expect me to schlep all the way back to Brooklyn? I'm on a case here, all right? I don't want to play games.
Sarge, the file has been misplaced or thrown out, which is what should have happened to that partner of yours. The force doesn't need rats like him.
Officer, I want you to put on your bifocals and find me that file, or I'm going straight to your superior.
Okay, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll keep looking. And if you come back later without your friend, who knows, it may turn up.
Harvey? Am I typing disturbing your ball game?
No, honey, it's okay. You go ahead. This game is a sleeper.
Honey, you want me to bring you some popcorn or beer or something?
Mary Beth, if you don't want to type, no one is making you.
So bored, typing the same thing over and over again.
Oh, over and over. Now is the time for old blonde cops to come to the aid of their pregnant partner.
It was a change of pace.
I am sure Chris has a good reason for not showing up tonight.
Listen, if she doesn't want to do my breathing exercises with me, I'm not going to push her. She's just a backup. You're the coach. You are planning to be there, aren't you?
Ringside seat, kiddo.
She called. She said she was working, but she's still mad.
Hey, whoa, I am not going to let you blame yourself for this one. She wanted you to agree with her about Lowell, and you did not tell her what she wanted to hear.
No, worse, Harv. I compared her to him.
So what's the big deal? I mean, Lowell, he nails a bunch of cops for being on the take. Chris, she turns in her boss for sexual harassment. They both did what they thought they had to do.
Harvey, being a police officer is like being a member of a club. You have to play by the rules, especially the unwritten rule that says one cop does not bust another. You know, there's a lot of people still give her a hard time for what she did.
Sweetheart, you know what she did was right.
Oh, yeah. I was the one that was all for turning Hennessy in.
Chris doesn't do anything she doesn't want to do.
Right, which is why she's not here tonight.
She's not, but I am. Now, what do you want to do? You want to type or you want to do Le Mans?
Are those my only choices?
If I can help it.
Yes, I realize you went to great pains to steal all that money. No, yes, I'll be waiting for your call. Goodbye, Mr. Tepper.
Well,
Just another crackpot.
Marcus, we are working on a task force. We cannot afford to ignore anyone.
Victor, this man is offering to return the $4 million if his landlord gives him back his security deposit.
Maybe we should put him on the bottom of the list.
Okay, Billy, let's try it again.
What do you want from me? I told you everything.
Oh, come on. You don't really expect me to believe you pulled this job alone.
Makes no difference to me what you believe.
You think protecting the rest of your gang makes you a big shot, don't you? I think it makes you a sucker. That man. You know that man that your friends put in the hospital the other night? Well, he's in a coma still, Billy. The DA doesn't like having his citizens in a coma, so I think you're looking at some pretty serious time here. All right, we're talking armed robbery, attempted murder. Charges that ought to put your butt on ice for about 10 to 20 years minimum. For what? For whom? For them? Well, you wise up. All you did was drive the car. You can't be crazy enough to take this rap alone. Will you look at me when I'm talking to you? Maybe you're not crazy. Maybe you're just plain dumb. You've got a wife and a baby. Are you willing to trash them to protect these punks? What's Gina supposed to do between visiting days, huh, Billy? Supposed to sit home and grow old, waiting for your parole date? Me, I'm banking that she's not as dumb as her husband. I'm banking that she's gonna get herself a new old man in no time. Maybe Vinny, maybe Double D, maybe some other cat.
I think we ought to take a break here. And maybe Billy wants to reconsider having his lawyer present.
What the hell was that all about?
Kid's got rights, I just reminded him.
We gave him his rights, he waived them. had him all set up to turn, and you deliberately screwed it up. Why?
From the 5 muggings, we got at least 3 reliable witnesses.
What is this, a soft spot for juvenile delinquents?
That kid squeals he's dead, and even if he survives, he's marked lousy for life. I just think he should be allowed to make the decision for himself.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. You're worrying about moral dilemmas, and a man is in a coma. What kind of cop are you?
Maybe not a very good one.
Just when it looks like the kid is starting to crack, Lowell opens his big mouth, and he ruins everything. Yesterday, I had to drive downtown 2 times to get case-related info. The first time we were there, the detective said he couldn't find anything. Later, I drove downtown without him, and lo and behold, everything miraculously appeared.
All right, what's the point you're trying to make here, Cagney?
The point is, I cannot work with this guy. He is dead weight, and I want him removed.
Damn it, Cagney. You think you're the only one around here who wants that? There's nobody who wants him out of here more than me. Nobody. If I had my way, I don't have my way. My hands are tied, Cagney, and so are yours. You got a job to do. Do it.
Sorry, Lieutenant.
Cagney, message for you.
Thanks, Lieutenant.
You have a match?
Sorry, I don't smoke.
Word came through from the hospital. That guy your friends beat up. He just died.
This is a call you traced? In the flesh. One Stanley Poe, self-proclaimed urban terrorist and armored car robber.
What's this self-proclaimed bull? I am an urban terrorist. I did rip off the 4 million.
W-H-A-T. What's what?
The whole of humanity against technology. You may not know us now, but we're alive and growing. And we'll keep on growing as long as there are demented souls who care more about machines than people.
I was an ex-toll collector, isn't that right, Mr. Paul?
22 years on the Bronx Whitestone Bridge. And they dumped me for an automatic coin collector. But I got even. I got their quarters back all right. Bingo! Ha-ha!
6 o'clock news, here we come, huh?
You got enough there to buy a whole slew of hotels on Boardwalk and Park Place.
Counselor, so what do you think? Does our detective look dangerous enough for you?
Well, he is younger than your other ringers, I'll give him that. Actually, he could look a little, scruffier.
Newman, would you mind unbuttoning your shirt?
Okay, but I'm not sure it's gonna make me look any scruffier.
Newman, you're supposed to be in costume. You have on a clean white T-shirt.
I know, but my mother told me the same thing your mother told you.
She'll understand, Newman. Excuse me a minute. Counselor, if you have no further objections?
Look, I don't mean to be picayune,
Not at all.
but I do have to make sure my client gets a fair shake.
As you should, sir. And I would like to get on with this lineup.
Of course.
Hey, wait a minute. What about my earring?
Mr. Schimmel, is it possible that your client could see his way to removing it?
Get it. I got a constitutional right to wear an earring.
An oversight of our founding fathers.
How do I look?
As foolish as you feel. Anyone else need an earring? Take a clear look at each face. Start from left to right, please. Do not stop at number 1. Just go right across the line. But take your time with it. Clear your thoughts completely. And just concentrate on each face. Do you recognize any of these men? You, sir?
Sorry.
Look hard. Look hard as you can.
It's just that it was so dark and everything happened so fast.
Now, try again. You've got to concentrate.
All right. Just wait a minute, Detective. I'm not going to stand by quietly while you lead these witnesses.
Mr. Schimmel, please. None of us want to do anything to jeopardize this lineup. Do we?
Now, take another look. You've seen one of those faces before. He threw you on the ground, he took your wallet and kicked you in the ribs.
Sergeant, I demand you put an end to this at once.
Okay, Dave, that's it. I'm sorry we couldn't be of more help. Thank you.
Next time, try a cattle prod. You might get better results.
Too bad my partner isn't here. I mean, my real partner. She's on maternity leave. She's great with guys like you. She pleads and you hear music. I don't have any music for you, Billy. I only have hard, cold facts. This code of silence is a crock. A man died. You drove the getaway car. And if you don't talk, you're going up for murder. Now, do you think Double D and Vinny would protect you? So why are you protecting them? Here. Because you're scared. And they're gonna keep you scared. Fear's the only weapon they've got. But if you stay silent, you stay in jail. I know you think that makes you some kind of hero. I think it makes you a jerk. Silence is not loyalty, Billy. At this point, silence is suicide. So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna stand up and do what's right, or are you gonna keep your mouth shut and let those guilty creds walk the streets? You tell me.
Interesting words.
I was applying pressure.
I see.
Don't you go applying it where it doesn't belong.
Oh, you got a double standard, one for perps, one for cops?
It's the same for you, isn't it? Perps and cops, I mean.
Why don't you give me a break?
I'm gonna get Billy's wife to talk some sense into him.
It's the last thing he needs right now.
The last thing I need right now is trouble from you. So you coming or what?
Why don't you let him decide this for himself?
Because without Billy's testimony, those punks walk on a murder rap.
You can't force someone into an act of conscience.
Wish we had a choice.
I didn't want to let them in, really. I swear God, I didn't want to let them in. But they knocked the door open. They want to know if you talk. So I grabbed Johnny and then we tried to run. And Double D grabs me by my shoulder and started belting me in my face over and over and over and like a crazy man. No. He says he'll come back and get me if you talk.
The DA has agreed to reduce the charges against you, Billy. And he will recommend probation, and he will also keep you and your family in protective custody. All you have to do is testify. You want to get back at him? You want to get him good? And you know what you got to do.
Yeah.
A little late this morning, aren't you, Cagney?
Hiya, Coleman. Let's see. Yeah, I suppose I am by some people's standards, but lucky for me, those people don't matter very much.
Well, you don't have to get so huffy about it.
When you work as late and as hard as I do, Coleman, you get to be huffy.
Well, it's a privilege to look forward to.
What's this? His idea of a short day? Where the hell's Lowell?
Haven't seen him.
Or missed him.
He chalked in and out before I had time to finish my morning coffee.
Oh, maybe that's it. Every time he sees a coffee cup or even smells a pot brewing, he just flies the coop.
Did you ask him where he was going, Newman?
You mean, did I talk to him?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You forget, Cagney, that the squad room and your partner are not on speaking terms, never were, and never will be.
Wherever he went, I hope he comes back. I got more days and a lot more money bet on him.
I'll remember that, Victor. I'll tell him when I see him.
By the way, Cagney, congratulations. I hear you got the kid to talk.
Yeah, finally. What about you guys?
He kept claiming it was neo-Nazis.
Well, how was I supposed to know it was an inside job?
My condolences.
Turns out to be a couple of their own drivers and a shipping clerk. So here we are chasing every washed-out, fly-by-night terrorist group that never existed, and all the time the money is sitting in some warehouse in Astoria.
Well, who cracked the case?
Security guard. It seems the geniuses forgot to pay their $34 storage fee.
So the guard takes a crowbar to the locker, out pops $4 million.
Imagine anybody being that stupid.
Where the hell you been?
The hospital.
What's going on?
Billy was knifed last night.
Is he all right?
He'll live. This time, anyway.
He was supposed to be in protective custody.
Well, it wasn't protective enough.
He's all right.
What do you care? You got what you wanted.
Why didn't you call me or leave a message when
Hey,
you
I
left?
took care of it.
Hey, Lowell, I know that you're a loner, all right, and you like to do things your own way. But the fact is, I am your superior officer, which means you keep me informed.
Oh, come on, what do you get so upset about? It's all over for you. You know, it's a couple of court dates, and you just have to wear a skirt those days.
You watch it, Lowell.
Oh, yo, you listen to me. It's ended for you, and for Billy, it's all just starting. The guy's a full-fledged informer now. And that means that he's got to spend the rest of his life looking over his shoulder, wondering if it was all worth it. It's a hell of a life, don't you think?
Wouldn't know.
Did you do this?
I tell you what I think of you right to your face. A rat in your locker? No, it's not my style.
Style? In this precinct? You gotta be kidding. Style? Listen, rats, they're nothing. Compared to what I've been through the last 2 years, you guys gotta try harder than that if you're gonna keep me from being a cop. Because that's all I ever wanted, being a cop, you know? It was, for me, it was more than a job. It was an ideal. It was something to look up to, something to believe in. And the funny thing is, I still believe in it. Even after all these dead rats and your dirty looks and your silent treatment, I still believe in the job and everything it stands for.
You believe in it? You believe in it so much. Why'd you go to the press?
Why, you think I rushed into this? Huh? You think I didn't spend month after month after month getting jerked around by my precinct captain telling me to sit and wait while my charges are supposedly checked into, and a year goes by and they're still being checked into, and the guys are still stuffing their pockets, and my wife and my son are getting death threats on the telephone.
Yeah, I spilled my guts to the press. And when they gave me that gold shield, I'll be damned if I hadn't earned it. Because I had. My whole family had. Cop can't be above the law, he's got to uphold it. And I did what I had to do. I know that now. And I also know a cop ate his gun because of my testimony. I'll never forget that. And even if I could, I got people like you around to remind me. Police chaplain told me once, God forgives, cops don't.
In. Out. Nice and relaxed. You doofus! You already let it past the 60-second mark.
Well, you were supposed to be keeping count, too.
Give me that stopwatch.
No.
Fellas, this is not relaxing me.
I'll get it.
No, I'll get it.
Both of you, go get it. Go get it. Michael. Harvey, who's at the door?
It's me. It's okay if I come in?
Sure.
So how you feeling?
Tired. Harvey's working late, and the boys are testing to see if I really want to be a mother again. How you feeling?
Holding on.
How's the case going?
Well, one of the gang members beat up the kid's wife. So we finally testified, and then we were able to round up the others.
Good work?
Yeah, it seemed to be. Till Billy got knifed for being a stool pigeon. Yeah.
Why'd you sit down, Christine?
It's consequences, you know. Everything we do has such consequences.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I should have come the other night.
Yeah, maybe. But you didn't want to.
Well, when you start comparing me to Lowell, Mary Beth,
Chris, I had no right to shoot my mouth off.
Hey, you're my partner. And you're my friend. And I do want to know what you think.
Not all the time.
No, not all the time. Do you think that people see what I did and what Lowell did in the same light?
In my opinion, Christine, turning in Hennessy took a lot of courage. But it's not the done thing.
Charlie says you never bust another cop.
Chris, you did what you thought was right. When we have a conscience, we don't have a choice.
I think we always have a choice, Mary Beth. I do. I mean, who's to say whether the choice we make is right or not, but... I don't know, in the end, maybe only God knows that. Yeah, she'd know.
I didn't mean to make you mad, talk about you and Lowell in the same breath.
I understand why you did what you did. And I've been working with him.
You understand why he did what he did?
No, Mary Beth, now don't put words in my mouth, all right? You know that makes me angry.
You gonna lose your temper again or only your mittens?
Don't push it.
I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad you're glad. So where'd you put my stopwatch?
You know, I was getting worried that we were gonna have to find a backup for the backup.
Ready? We will start with one deep cleansing breath. Ready?
16 more days. Why couldn't he just stick it out 16 more days? Damn personnel department.
When do they get him out of here? What's the difference?
What's the difference? What's the difference? This is the difference!
The 1 through 3 in Staten Island's photographic unit. 9 to 5. I won't make chief of detectives, but I'll get to know my wife again. Yeah, right. Thanks. Me too. I'll see you soon if the throughway's not too bad. Bye, honey. Well, I guess that about does it.
Guess so.
See you around.
Bold face, Mrs. Lacey. Say cheese.
She's been arrested.
My mother's in jail?
He took my shoelaces, Christine. The works.
Lacey, you're a cop. Act like it.
You told some suburban flatfoot to lock her up and throw away the key?
All he sees is Paul Muni banging his plate against the bars. I want my rights as an American. Do you know how pig-headed she is?
You never slept with an ex-con.
I'm warning you, Duke Nick. Now let her go.
First they stick one broad on me, then the other. Chemicals cannot correct disharmony when one's orchestra's out of tune.
Sergeant Cagney, time stats you wanted. Final tallies are at the top.
Basil, you're not getting the idea. See, the figures have to be lower than last month.
Are you saying the computer made an error?
Now, Basil, what I'm saying is...
Just what I like it. Nice and runny.
What I'm saying is you're not hearing me. Now, it's bad enough that I'm being saddled with this community board meeting. I also have to prove to them that we are stopping crime in its tracks. And I
Telling you,
need
it's
you
just
guys
like
to
that. You
help.
compare the coffee shop to the hole in the wall.
Oh, it's Becky!
What's the problem?
Notice you. Look, Basil, let me show you. There are 33% more burglary arrests on the east side.
That's only 3 more arrests than last month.
Basil, it is still 33%. What they don't know won't hurt them. So work with me, all right? Listen, Miss Becky, what about that Sister Beatrice Feister?
You think they care about girls' basketball? Besides, that was months ago.
So it's a stretch. Those little girls haven't forgotten how you coached your heart out for them. Dribbling up and down the court.
Yeah. You can tell him I'm a saint.
Yeah. You're a sucker for girls in gym shorts. Cagney, what about that high diver I saved off the Empire State?
You've been training on that for 13 years, Carassa. Well, what the hell? Why not beat a dead horse?
Okay, listen up, everybody. People magazine says that the students of today are complacent. Well, I have a thing or two to say to People magazine. And it's not all loud music and swallowing guppies out there on our campuses. And certainly not at Queens College. Not by any means.
Sign me in, will you? Anti-nuclear rally, huh?
Christine, did you know that they are transporting nuclear waste through the streets of Queens?
A committed, caring cop. I like it.
No way. This is a strictly personal expression which I am expressing, and you may not use it for your community board meeting.
It's just a thought. So when are you going to be Jane Fonda?
Tomorrow afternoon, and I'm taking personal leave for it.
Your first peace march, Mary Beth?
Never too late to get involved.
Your first march, my first community board meeting. It's kind of like crawling in the back of a Chevy for the first time.
It was a Buick.
Can you believe this garbage assignment? Me and my new best friend, Inspector Nelman, are going to be stuck in a room with a bunch of screaming citizens wanting to know when I'm going to make their day. I think I'd rather get breakthrough as Becky's child.
Cagney!
Fear is the only feeling that has no music.
Esposito, what are you on?
Cagney, you looking forward to this month's community board meeting?
Counting the days, Lieutenant.
That's very good. And you feel quite capable of taking my place?
I feel I have it well in hand, Lieutenant.
Well, that warms my heart. Suppose then you're familiar with the president of the board.
By reputation, Peter Gates. He runs the Heavenly Gates Mortuary.
Well, some perp made off with his favorite hearse. In our precinct, under our very noses. And you know what Inspector Nelman told me to tell you?
I can only guess.
He said that you got 48 hours to find it. Well, that community board meeting is going to turn into, and I quote, a vulture's buffet featuring Rack of Cagney.
That hearse is my flagship. A congressman's mother took her final ride with my name lettered in silver leaf on the window. Am I being understood?
Perfectly, Mr. Gates. We also have an auto squad on this case, and every patrolman will have a description of your vehicle, along with the VIN number and the license plate.
Am I correct, sir? It's a personalized license plate on the vehicle, MORT 3.
More.
Looks like Mort.
It's the past tense of morir. The French verb to die.
Sure. Well, we'll be checking with the known chop shops and your competitors, anything that might give us a lead.
But these things do take time.
What do you think I am talking about? A station wagon?
But we'll be in touch.
Not good enough, Sergeant. This neighborhood doesn't reward incompetence. If I don't get results from you, the community board will hear about it. So will the chief, and the commissioner, and definitely the mayor.
You can't blame the man, Christine, walking out of that church and all he finds is an oil spot.
So what? I got old ladies coming home from bingo games with their arms broken in 2 places. I got merchants who have to close their stores the minute it turns dark.
All of whom will be waiting for you at the community board meeting.
Thanks.
Marching around with people half your age.
Hey, your mother is trying to stand up and be counted. Everybody should have her fire and passion. She cares about what happens on this planet. Now, what's wrong with that?
For all we know, they could be driving that nuclear waste right through our own neighborhood.
Why don't they just flush it down the toilet?
Tell me he didn't say that.
They can't, sweetheart. It's too dangerous.
Then how to get rid of it?
They don't. They bury it, and it's not safe. That's why people of conscience, people like your mother here, are trying to spread the word about what's happening.
You mean like marching around and yelling and stuff?
Well, you have to get people to pay attention, to sit up and take notice, which is why the 4 of us are going to be there.
Oh, well, honey, I'd love to go. I told you, but I got that 2 o'clock, remember? One of my subs, he's pouring concrete.
But what is more important here, Harvey, your conscience or your concrete?
Oh, well, honey, you know I'll be there with you in spirit.
That's some example you're setting here, Harvey.
Yeah, you know, Mom, I got a test on democracy tomorrow, so...
See? I'll be happy to write your teacher a note.
You mean we're getting out of school?
To look like geeks in front of the whole world.
I am sure that Mrs. Bulaji will understand this is an important educational experience. It's an exercise in democracy.
What, marching around with my mother and my little brother?
This family, however, is not a democracy. So you don't want to go tomorrow? That's fine. You may spend the next 4 weekends in the library doing research on nuclear waste.
Charlie?
You got it. Come on, open up, will you?
Hey, calm down, all right? You're the one who's an hour late.
Yeah? Call it fate. Ain't she gorgeous? I was passing this little shop, see, and there she was sitting in the window like a gift from the angels for my gorgeous little girl.
Thanks, Charlie.
That's okay. Besides, there's never enough light in here anyhow.
Depends on what you want to see. Well?
Well, what?
The aspirin for my headache, the pills you were supposed to bring.
I'll be back in a jiffy.
Okay, forget it.
Suit yourself. But it's not my fault you got a hangover. I, of course, am sober as a judge.
Did my lips move?
Oh, what's this? Carrot juice?
I call it none of your business.
Oh, excuse me, my saintly sergeant daughter. I thought we were talking about whiskey here. I guess not. I guess what we're talking about here is some other way to make poor old Dad feel guilty. Fire away.
I don't want to get into this with you.
Yeah, of course not. You can take it or leave it, can't you? I mean, you can quit anytime you want. Let me tell you something, kiddo. It ain't that easy.
Maybe not for you. It's a matter of willpower.
Of which you have carloads and I don't.
I didn't say that, Charlie. You happen to have a disease.
Oh, boy. I knew we'd get here somehow. Don't you tell me that John Barleycorn doesn't blow his little silver whistle in your ear every day at 5 p.m.
Okay, Charlie, why don't we just drop the subject?
Oh, no, you don't, Miss Holier than Thou. I know fear when I smell it. I bet you $100 you can't stay off the booze for a week.
Oh, really? Well, I'd be happy to if you do.
Oh, no, wait.
Hey, no guts, no glory, Charlie.
Gonna be the easiest $100 I ever made.
Yeah? Well, if it's so easy, why don't we double the bet?
You got it.
Swell. Well, keep checking. What about places where cars are stripped and abandoned? Oh, I don't mean the entire Bronx.
Hi. Mind if I share a very special thought?
Intensely. Kazak, do you have anything for me to take to the community board?
You know, Cagney, there are no discordant notes when you're in tune with your natural harmony.
I never thought about it like that before. Nothing yet, Cagney.
Well, the thing is, we gotta stop fighting. The symphony is stronger than all of us.
Anyone see Samuels?
He's at the dock having a spine adjustment.
Allow me to introduce you to individual manifestations affecting general existence. Image.
That really helps, huh?
Carissa!
Turn my life inside out.
Image. I heard of that.
This is just the beginning, isn't it? Down in the cellar, there's an exact duplicate of each of them.
Cagney, you in charge here?
The manner of speaking, what's wrong?
Well, I just got a call from the 119.
In Queens.
Yeah, you better get over there right away. Second thought, maybe you better sit down.
Why, what's wrong?
It's Lacey. She,
What's the matter?
well,
Is she all right? Coleman, talk to me.
she's been arrested on a charge of inciting to riot.
It's a joke, right?
No, I got a bunch of All right, if I could have your attention, please. All right, quiet down now. Hey! All right. Sergeant Horowitz will be moving you quickly through processing. After you've been ID'd, you will be issued a desk appearance ticket.
You all right?
I'm fine, buddy. How my fellow protesters holding up?
Just worried is all. We followed the paddy wagon here.
Excuse me, we have a report here that a member of the force was inadvertently picked
Boy,
up
that
in the
cop sure threw you around, Mom.
Sweetheart, I am fine. He's a rookie, and sometimes I think they have to act like Rambo. Officer, I'm over here.
Mr. Nunn. Detective Lacey. Nice to see you again.
Small world, huh?
Very.
Harv, why don't you go ahead and take the boys home?
We just can't leave you here, babe.
Harvey, don't worry. It'll take about an hour for me to get processed, and Muriel's waiting with the baby, so she'll be waiting on you to take her home.
You sure you'll be okay?
It's a simple ticket. I'll grab a cab.
Detective Lacey, we haven't got all day.
Hey, you got cab fare?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I'll see you later.
Just take care of yourself, okay?
All right.
Okay.
Bye, Mom.
All right. Come on, guys.
What's the problem, Lacey? Midlife crisis? Things too quiet in Manhattan? You gotta come onto my turf to foment social upheaval?
May we get on with this, please?
I know. You were afraid they started a revolution without you.
It was not a revolution. It was an orderly civil demonstration until your Rambo rookie had to get badge heavy.
Sure, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. Everybody's last words before they march him to the guillotine. But happy day we both wear blue.
Huh?
There's one cop to another. Read me, Lacey?
Detective Dubnik, I'm not asking for special treatment.
Look, let's just call it a case of mistaken identity. I didn't see you, you didn't see me, right?
Well, I saw the cop that jumped on me. They teach you that gentle touch out here?
Hey, you and your peacenik buddies here were blocking traffic.
These people are innocent citizens whose only crime is they don't want to die glowing like flea collars.
Lacey, I am not going to say it twice. Hit the bricks.
I want my rights as an American.
Oh, sure. So they can say Dubnik, the one who busts cops. I don't have enough enemies, huh? Forget it.
I don't believe this.
Never in all my years. Not even parochial school. Lacey, you're a cop. Act like it.
You're a cop. You act like it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You want your ticket?
I want my ticket.
Then take your damn ticket.
I will.
And cram it where the sun...
Ticket, Droopnik.
Dubnik!
Of course.
I'm Sergeant Cagney.
Oh, how are you?
My partner. It's a tiny little misdemeanor. It's nothing.
Nothing? Are you nuts? You might as well be running guns to the Irish. You know what's next for you? The switchboard. Tending lost dogs.
The tickets, like a lousy parking
You want to go back to
citation.
school
What are
crossings?
you making such a big deal
Wearing
for?
that outfit with a snappy white belt yelling stop and go in the middle of a blinding snowstorm?
It is a trumped-up charge, and I want my day in court.
You don't have to do this. Let that jerk Dopnik eat his ticket.
What about the other protesters? How's it gonna look to them?
Well, if you suck thumping yourself on the chest, maybe they wouldn't notice.
I want them to notice. Who says the cops are allowed to set themselves above the law?
So a rookie got online, right? So file a complaint with Civilian Review Board. Type a 49 to the commissioner.
Yeah, that'd probably be the smartest move.
Believe me, Mary Beth. Believe me, you won't regret it.
And it is the easiest.
That a girl.
It's not the fairest,
Mary
Christine.
Beth?
I know. You're absolutely right. This is a matter of conscience, Christine. Detective Dupnik, I want my ticket.
What? You told him to do what?
Well, I'm paraphrasing.
You told some suburban flatfoot to lock her up and throw away the key?
Well, now, you weren't there, Lieutenant. You don't understand the nuances.
Nuances?
Well, I tried to reason with the woman. I did. But you know how pig-headed she is.
Can you imagine the kind of embarrassment you're causing me?
I embarrassed you? She's embarrassing us!
Well, you're not in charge here, damn it! I am!
Well, maybe I was a little hasty.
There's only one way that Dupnik can save face now. To make us look even stupider than he is.
We'd have to get frontal lobotomies.
Remember, no discordant notes. When you're in tune with your image, the world is in tune with you.
Is it working? It's gone. My headache is gone.
No.
Yeah. No kidding.
Mind and body, like two perfectly tuned instruments. How would you like to be in tune with the rhapsody of joyous abandon? Sergeant, yes, you're a true sergeant, and I respect you for that. You act like a sergeant.
Don't start with me, Esposito. I'm not going to your stupid seminar. Coleman! Where's Coleman?
A real sergeant, giving of herself to the people around.
I've got something to give you, Esposito, and it isn't eternal bliss.
All right, all right.
Coleman, where is my hearse? What is happening? We only have one more day to find it.
Your hearse. Oh, yeah, that. They found it.
Terrific. Where?
At a teeny bop drive-in in Brooklyn. But listen to this, it gets better. The uniforms had ordered cheeseburgers, see?
Don't tell me.
They had to wait for their order.
They lost it.
They're going to find it. We'll get it back.
Ah!
Come on, we're going over to Flanders. You want to join us for a few?
Yeah, Cagney. Come on, I'll treat you.
Terrific. I could use one.
Oh, by the way, your father called, told me to tell you he's going shopping in the 200 smacker range, said you'd understand.
So let's get going.
Maybe I'll join you guys later, okay?
Okay. I can't tell you what you did for my head. Oh, it's fantastic.
Detective Dupnik, do you know what time it is? What is the holdup?
No problem, Citizen Lacey. Artie! Artie, you have that 5-point check? Oh. Artie must be having supper.
When will he be back?
What's today?
Wednesday. Today is Wednesday.
Wednesday's always a light day.
So he'll be back.
Very late.
I thought you said...
Don't worry. It's not like you're a dangerous criminal. Of course, try and tell that to the computer. Do you spell Mary Beth with an E or without?
Exactly the way it sounds.
That's what I told the boys. Our Mary Beth would never be mixed up with any bank robber. However, seeing as how you don't want any special privileges, we still have to verify your current address.
My husband was here. He could have vouched for me.
Mm-hmm. And we sent a patrol car around to your house. Nobody answered. We can hardly cross-examine a mailbox.
Nobody was home because they was here.
Mrs. Lacey, I do not know how they do things in Manhattan, but here we do it strictly by the numbers.
Mr. Dupnik, you like numbers? Why don't you check the 61 you filed when our house was robbed and your people recovered nothing?
Section 11016 of the patrol guide. I'm afraid it's very specific.
You know damn well who I am.
So let's quit waltzing around. My feet hurt.
Yeah? I got a pain, too.
Okay. Okay, you made your stand. Hip, hip, hooray. Now, please, go home to the bosom of your happy family.
Not without my ticket.
Forget your ticket! I am trying to help you.
I don't want to be helped. I want to be like everybody else.
You are not like everybody else. Can't you get that through your ticket?
Process me and let me go.
Fine. As soon as the car's available, we will send it around again. Of course, what with riots and insurrection.
You may have the morality of a cockroach, but my principles are at stake here.
You want to play Joan of Arc? Fine. I got plenty of matches.
My mom's in jail?
Hey, whoa. Calm down, boys. It's gonna be okay. Man,
What if this thing's on TV? What if people find out?
We'll be famous.
oh, no, it's just a simple misunderstanding. By morning, they're bound to let her out.
Wait till I tell Jason.
Tiffany's gonna leave me.
Hey, fellas, this is your mother. She is standing up for what she believes in, and we are going to back her up. Now, do you hear me?
You think I'm stupid? Well, I am not stupid. I know why you're doing this, and you know what? I don't care. I have bigger fears. My children and my children's children growing up in a society where nuclear waste is routinely bussed through the streets of Queens like it was yesterday's garbage. You want to hear scared?
Give us a full face, Mrs. Lacey.
What, here?
Right here. Say cheese.
If Detective Lacey caused any hard feelings, I apologize. And I assure you in a day or two, 3 at the most, you will be receiving an apology personally from her.
Look, that lady has been given every opportunity to walk, to which she has responded by thumbing her nose at me in front of everyone.
Well, she's a very moral person, and sometimes she gets carried away.
Yeah? Well, I belong to Greenpeace. Save the porpoises. For me, the ocean's where it's happening.
All I'm asking is that you let us take care of our own.
Hey, she wants over the wall, fine. I'll be glad to hold the ladder for her. But she doesn't want over. She wants to hop up and down on it and yell about her freedom.
Look, Dupnik, so far I have managed to keep this strictly unofficial. Far be it from me to mention the sergeant's stripes, which
Sergeant, please. I do not work for you, remember? I am just some poor, dumb schlub stuck out here in the suburbs.
This is just a game to you, isn't it, huh? Beat up on the big, bad Manhattan cop.
Boy, there is no fooling you, is there?
I'm warning you, Dupnik, let it go.
It's the perfect crime, isn't it? First they sick one broad on me, then the other.
What is it that you want from her, huh? You want her to kiss your ring? Is that it?
Hey.
Let me tell you something. You are not fit to carry that woman's lunch.
You want her out of here? Fine. You talk to her. You tell her in whatever language you people speak that it is up to her. If she'll just listen, if she'll just be reasonable. Hey, I am a reasonable guy!
My lipstick, my nail file, my compact. He took my shoelaces, Christine. The works. You know what he said? God forbid the phone rings. And you take your belt and you wrap it around your neck and you do the Dutch act.
Mary Beth, all the man wants is just a simple apology.
Apology? Why should I give that man an apology?
For bringing peace and harmony into his life. What do you think?
Hey, it was Dupnik's uniform that jumped on me in the first place. What if he had touched one of my kids?
He didn't touch your kids.
It's a matter of principle.
All he sees is Paul Muni banging his plate against the bars.
She couldn't verify my ID. So I showed him my gold shield, which he took, in case I defaced departmental property.
Mary Beth, you could be just
You know what he
listening to
said?
me.
Alleges, he said. My gold shield only alleges I am who I say I am.
Well, for God's sake, what do you expect? I mean, you
came into this thing with bad blood between the two of you already. Would you forget about your candlestick?
That's what I'm saying. The man's a perfect idiot.
Nobody's perfect.
We have to do something. Christine, call his squad commander.
I called the squad commander.
Well, call my lieutenant. Get Lieutenant Samuels to talk to his squad commander.
I already talked to Samuels.
Well, come on, Christine, help me here. Think of something.
Anything in here to dig with? It's a joke, right, Beth?
Come on, there you go, Josie.
Oh, I'm
Free Lacey. Free Lacey. How much, Esposito?
Coleman, we're all notes on the keyboard of life. What do you say I sign you up for the seminar?
If you ask me, I say we go bust Dubnik in the face.
Seriously, you're not charging anything?
No.
Victor, they're not edible.
Sending out for reinforcements. I want warrant on every cop in Manhattan.
What? I don't believe it. All the favors he owes me. They're stonewalling us in Queens.
Well, the key here is not aggression. The key is the intense focus of all of our harmonic energies.
I say we dynamite his house.
Babe? Are you all right?
Do I look all right, Harvey?
Well, your hair is kind of mussed.
What do you think? They got a maid service here?
No, I just pictured a couple of stools, maybe a sink. What'd they do with the furniture?
I burnt it to the ground.
Big fire?
What do you think, Harvey? This is it. A lousy cut. A mattress you wouldn't want to touch with clean hands, and all of a sudden you're sleeping on it. Who cares? Something inside you snaps. You become like this half animal, like one of these people they find wandering the jungle, believing it's still World War II.
Well, babe, you can't say you didn't make your point. I mean, man, oh man, who would have thought, huh?
What is so funny, Harvey?
Nothing. Both the boys, they send their love.
Uh-huh. You explained it all to them?
Oh, sure.
They know that it's about injustice. They know that it's a matter of principle.
Absolutely. Mikey asked if you'd been tortured, if you could hear screams. Mary Beth, I caught him lifting my hacksaw. He said something about hiding it in a cake. And then there's his older brother. He's thinking about changing his name.
I don't believe this.
My wife, an ex-con. Hey, you know, I never slept with an ex-con.
Keep it up, Harvey, and maybe you never will.
Oh, come on, Mary Beth. I seen that Drupnik. He's no match for you. Come here. Oh, baby. Oh.
Visiting hours are over.
Bye-bye, babe.
You may kiss the bride.
You may kiss my butt.
Well, Mrs. Lacey, I have to hand it to you. You're a caring, committed person, and certainly the neatest prisoner we've ever had the pleasure of.
You all through now? Are you finished? Because my husband has ID'd me and I would like to go home.
Let me ask you something. What do you usually like to hear first, the good news or the bad?
Don't start with me, Dubnik.
You see, what I was coming down here to tell you is that the paperwork seems to have disappeared. Never enough hours in a day, huh? Now, what would help would be a letter, a note, anything that would absolve my uniforms from any misconceptions that might have arisen from your arrest.
You'll be drawing your pension first.
Right. That's what I told them you'd say. They said, no, Dubnik, go ahead and talk to her. And I said, why? The woman's crazy. Talk to her. You'll listen. She's not.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I'll be cleaning this up right away. Hattie? No, a hearse. A missing hearse. Yeah? All right.
It's nice. Goes with your eyes.
Wait.
Oh, Al.
Hey, would you two cool it? Thank you very much.
Cagney!
Hello? Hello?
Cagney!
Why?
Lieutenant. Sorry, I'm just a little edgy today.
What do you got on that Gates hearse?
Well, a uniformed in Rockaway ticketed the vehicle before checking the hot sheet. And by the time they checked it, it was gone.
It's too bad. It would have been nice news to bring to that community board meeting tonight. You do remember that it convenes at 7:30 sharp.
Hey, where else would I rather be?
You're not wearing that, are you?
I guess not.
Right. So you take off now so you can have plenty of time to fix yourself up.
You and the price is ridiculous.
Thank you so much.
Excuse me. If not tonight, can I put you down for a future seminar? Oh, I'll take that as a definite maybe. So what do you say, partner? Can I put you down for tonight?
I don't know.
Oh, if it's just the money.
You don't look different.
My money is your money.
You're different.
Good night.
Good night and have a beautiful night.
Yeah? I'm coming. I'm coming.
Thank God for grapes. May the force be with you. Let me pour you a glass.
No thanks.
What?
You heard me.
I'm sorry. I thought I was hearing voices again.
Go ahead, make jokes. I'm not the one with the problem. You know, every time you traipse in here, you have a bottle of wine in your hand. Did you ever think of easing up?
Who are we playing this time? Carrie Nation?
I'm serious, Tony.
That's what makes you so challenging.
Just once. I'd like to see you come over here with a quart of maybe non-fat milk or maybe a nice cold pitcher of lemonade.
Freshly squeezed or reconstituted?
Take it from me, Tony. I have never been clearer. I've been thinking thoughts that I haven't thought and, well, since I don't know when. See that? Non-alcoholic. Very nice bouquet. Come on, Dupnik. You want to start something? Why don't you open this cage and hit me, why don't you? You're nothing but a great big bag of wind.
Then how come all the hot air's blowing from your side of the bars?
What is this job, a game to you guys out here? You got nothing better to do than jerk around the wife and mother of 3 young children? One not yet out of diapers?
I didn't jerk you around. You jerked yourself around.
You knew who I was the minute I raised my hand.
The patrol guy.
The hell with that patrol guy! I got juice, Dupnik, and I intend to use it.
A fat lot of good it's done you so far.
Okay. I'm through being a nice person. You want trouble. I'm gonna give you trouble. I'm gonna carry the truth about you all over the department.
Consider the source. A crazed hippie cop.
A hippie cop who happens to be an official delegate to the Detective Endowment Association.
Oh, yeah? Well, so am I.
Well, then listen up at the next meeting, wise guy, if you can stay up that late when I warn our fellow detectives what we got hiding in our midst. A wolf in sheep's clothing.
One look at your fangs, they'll give me a Purple Heart.
And if that don't settle your hash then and there, I also am, at present, the recording secretary.
And I'm a past vice president. So what?
So, I'm gonna write all about you in the official newsletter.
My brother-in-law is one of the editors. One call of him, there won't be a story.
Oh, yeah? Well, I have friends, too. My husband called one of them. Lynn Sutter.
Big deal.
You don't know her. You don't know her work? She works for the largest daily in Manhattan.
So does my son, the paper boy.
Well, you ought to know her. She follows the department very closely. She wrote that controversial piece on certain disturbances out here. Come on, Lenny Sutter. Practically a household name at One Police Plaza, particularly with the commissioner. And you people in Queens can't use any more publicity.
You're bluffing. You wouldn't dare.
Joan of Arc, huh? We'll see whose tootsies get burnt.
I almost forgot how great you feel.
Got a short memory, Harvey. It's only been one single night. Me too. Oh, my darling.
Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. Lacey.
Hey, look who's here.
Look at this. Feeding their baby sister.
I did what any sane person would do with a rabid dog in her face.
Referring to the president of the board as a dog does not show much community sensitivity, Sergeant.
The last blonde ambush like that was Custer.
You set it up. Not only didn't you find Gates's hearse, but you presented a series of figures that any 3-year-old could have shot down. The brown four-door.
Inspector, those people were out for blood.
Like that sweet old lady, Mrs. McElroy?
A woman who would stand on a chair screaming with her eyes shut and her hands in tight little fists. It's hardly what I would call sweet.
I have had my fill of your opinion, Sergeant. You need more practice.
Inspector, look, this really should be a PR job. Now, there are people trained to do
The
this.
board meeting is your beat, Cagney. Next month and the month after and on till those people sing "We Love the Boys and Girls in Blue" in the middle of Fifth Avenue on Easter Sunday. Understood?
Yes,
Sergeant Cagney!
I'd like to have a word with you.
Think of it as a growth experience.
Let's get down with some calcium.
Could you tone down the cheerfulness? I've had a very hard day.
What's this? Leftovers from a past life?
No, it is real life happening now.
Let me have that. When you're stepping off the wagon, you need a buffer. Ever heard of moose milk?
What are you doing?
Love it. Where's the sugar?
That's 8-year-old scotch that you're ruining.
Genteel old ladies with tender stomachs swear by this.
Who is it?
We never sleep pretzel delivery.
Hi, Charlie. What's that?
Never let it be said that Charlie Cagney welched on a bet.
Pop, could we talk about this tomorrow?
You are not going to invite your honest father in.
I have company.
Here's your moose milk.
Well. That's the particular favorite of my sainted mother's. And I guess that makes us even.
I was going to tell you.
Seminar, more like a mass mugging. Your problem is you can't stand honest.
My problem is I can't stand you.
And taking you there was a waste of time. You can't enlighten a vegetable.
Hey, it worked?
I know what this is about. You want to welch on the money.
Hello.
What? You just trying to collect from me? I dare you. Fine. Not only are you old, vanilla, and a piece of white bread, now you're a welcher too.
Hey, Esposito.
Don't bug me, Coleman.
Oh, welcome home.
Everything I said was true.
Oh, yeah? A Jewish Gabby Hayes? And that's my Puerto Rican howdy-doody.
Oh, forget your higher consciousness, Coleman, because I'm going to put you in touch with your unconscious.
Would you guys grow up?
Have you ever really looked at your steering wheel? The way it starts out with this little beep and comes all around and beeps right back in the very same exact place. Kind of makes you feel good all over. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm going to go back there tomorrow.
Shallow ponds make for easy fishing.
Lacey! In my office, now!
Sir, I know I embarrassed you. I embarrassed the whole squad. I'm sorry. I used poor judgment. I know what you're thinking, sir. She knows better. She shouldn't have done it. She's no kid. I mean, her kids are old enough to have kids. Well, the oldest one anyhow. And she doesn't set the world on fire like Cagney or even Esposito. She doesn't read the paper. I mean, does she even vote Democrat? And all of a sudden, she's out there on the picket line, getting busted. And you say to yourself, great God almighty, what if the press finds out? I know, I'm with you, sir. It doesn't make sense. I mean, here she is, trying to make second grade. It took her long enough. And now, it's like she's begging to get back into uniform. So every day could be lost dogs and parking meters, stand in front of your locker, totally depressed, putting on one pants leg, and then the other. Lieutenant, I never meant for this.
Lacey!
Yes, sir.
Do me a favor, will you just stay out of my face? Just for a while, you got it? And two, any rotten job that comes along here, you jump at it.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
And three, that dope thing's a real putz.
You're upset, Christine, and I don't blame you. But you can't blame me for clinging to my principles.
I'm not blaming you for clinging. It was that special way you clung.
Sometimes when you're a person like me and you want to make a point, you got to stand on your toes and yell a little bit.
Clear at the top of your lungs?
Sometimes. Okay, maybe I went overboard a little bit. I apologize. Well, you want me to say it again?
Look, it's only because I'm interested in you. In your life, in your promotion. Now, if you'd just gone along with what I was setting up, then
well, you were setting up.
You heard me. I had a whole game plan going before you started mouthing off.
What are you talking about,
You always
game
have to mouth off. You're so damn overly emotional.
What game plan?
Mary Beth, come on. You've got to make sergeant by the time I make lieutenant, or they're going to separate us.
Oh, I see. And then I get to be lieutenant when you get to be captain?
That's right.
And then you make chief of detectives and I make inspector. How come you always come out ahead of me in the game plan?
What's my plan? Anyways, I've already got some of the stuff set in motion.
Oh, yeah? Like you get to be president and I get to be vice president?
What's wrong with that?
Because nobody knows who the vice president is. That's what's wrong with it. He's always gone someplace or en route. Name one vice president of Franklin Roosevelt. Go ahead, try.
Henry Wallace.
Okay, you got lucky. Who else?
Harry Truman. Well, Meredith, what is the big deal here?
Maybe I have a game plan. Did you ever think about that? Maybe once I would like to be in charge.
Be my guest. We'll go to lunch, you pick.
It's 8:30 in the morning.
Perfect. We'll go early.
It's a violation of any worker's rights, an invasion of privacy.
What makes you think we have a choice?
That's humiliating, Christine.
Boy, for somebody who wanted to be the first female commissioner, I sure got one hell of a jacket.
If I had tested positive, would I be guilty too?
Well, both these tests are wrong.
You ever caught her drinking on the job?
Cagney the drunk, Cagney the hothead.
Okay, okay, all right. I am angry. Is this what you want to hear?
Fine. We'll play it by the book. And afterwards, I will take the book and stuff it in his library.
Both charges are against both of you.
For what?
Crimes against the state.
If I was Princess Di, I'd hang on to the meal ticket.
What's she gonna do? Go back to teaching nursery school?
Yep, from Buckingham Palace to Di's daycare.
You want to slow down, Dottie? It's not like we're being paid by the unit.
Hey, if Chuck's looking for a new princess, let's send him a group picture from the picnic.
She doesn't have much chin, but I'll take the clothing allowance.
Well, if the thrift shop look isn't in this year, I'm in trouble.
Well, they put in the new...
Sure wish I knew a way to pick up a little extra money.
So do I, Rachel. You work your cha-chas off, but after Uncle Sam takes his cut, you're lucky if you can afford a night out.
I'm lucky if I can afford a night in.
Hey, if money's the question, a rich man's the answer. And unless a guy drops $100 on a date, well, no money, no honey.
Any sugar daddies here?
Here? You kidding?
Well, what about this man with all the gold chains? He's always taking breaks. What's he, meeting a girlfriend or what?
We kidneys. The chains are fake.
Rachel's got the hots for this poker player in shipping.
Oh, I heard he's drowning in IOUs.
Yeah? So how can he afford the manicures?
His wife works nights.
Figures. Sure. Woman's work is never done.
You know who I'd like to be?
Who?
Fawn Hall. She can have any man she wants. Why? She's smart, she's pretty, she follows orders. Men love that.
Uh-huh.
Fran, you've got something on your chin here. Thanks.
Sorry. Better. Who's Robert Redford over there? Doesn't he drive that snazzy sports car?
Yeah, Richard Galt, I think.
You know him?
Not as well as I'd like to. Take a number.
Oh, hey, thanks. I could have got that.
Yeah, my feet love the punishment.
All right, everybody, let me have your attention, please. Hey, Patty, that means you too. I've got an announcement, boys and girls. The company would like you all to make a little donation. Unfortunately, this one is not tax deductible. All right, for your protection and the company's, we're requiring a foreign substance evaluation from all employees.
A what?
A drug test, ladies and gentlemen. So let's have a little less mouth and a little more movement, shall we?
Fun and games. So where do we go and what do we have to do? Huh?
You know, they pay us squat for wages. Now they want us to squat for them.
I heard this was one of the better shops.
No, it's Zawalski.
Oh, right. Zawalski. Rachel.
Now I can honestly say I gave it the office. Patty Rodriguez.
Where the hell is Fran? It's about time. Can they get away with this?
They showed it to me. It's in the contract.
You're the shop steward. Do something.
It's there in black and white. If you want to keep your job, you take the test.
I had to pee anyway. How are we supposed to keep an eye on the microchips when they drag us down to the John?
Who's this?
Don't you love being a number?
Huh?
Like cattle being herded into stalls.
Forget it. It's over.
It's not fair. You say no, you're guilty.
Yeah, well, heads they win, tails we lose.
How do you think the test works?
Do I care?
Well, nice talking to you.
Police! On with her. Keep your hands where I can see them.
Wait a minute. This is a mistake. Hey, be quiet, Ronnie. You ain't to say anything, man.
Hey, you be quiet, man. Hey, Sergeant?
Yeah.
Under arrest, kid. Let's join your friend here.
12 microchips, $200 apiece.
What happened to paying in good old money?
New age, new currency.
You have the right to remain silent. You give up the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
Once again, Rachel and Dot, intrepid crime fighters, have struck, making Manhattan factories free from pilfering and drug abuse.
Operators are standing by to accept your congratulations and cash contributions.
We also accept plastic. Hey, somebody drop a bomb in here?
Nice collar.
All right, so my kid brother used to do this thing where he'd roll his eyeballs in the back of his head. It used to freak me out.
I used to do the same thing when I was in 5th grade. I used to catch a teacher off guard all the time. Excuse me.
Once again, jealousy rears its ugly head.
I think I'll start on the paperwork.
What is it, Victor? The anniversary of Trigger's death?
I think he's in shock.
Hey, just moping. He's been like that since he came back from lunch.
Look, leave me alone.
Sure.
He's got something on his mind.
That accounts for the shock. Oh, Mary Beth, so glad this monkey work is over.
There's nothing wrong with honest work.
He would bore a robot.
My mother used to get a cramp the size of her fist right between her shoulder blades. She was a worker. She was not a robot or a monkey.
Oh, yo! All right, everybody, listen up, huh? Listen up. Come on, everyone, listen up. Me and Ginger, we're getting hitched. All right.
Hey, Victor, congratulations. All right.
What do you know? When, Victor? What day? When?
Right away.
Decided yet.
Heavens, their first spat.
No. I want to get married as soon as possible. Right away, okay?
Okay. Hey.
That's our party!
Harv and I almost didn't get married because of his bachelor party. You don't want to know.
There's nothing more sophomoric than a group of guys contemplating their hormones.
I like so much what she does with her hair.
Especially the color.
It's a firm handshake. I like that.
Firm.
Very.
I like that.
Ooh, that one was amazing. She got enough brains for 2 people.
She's gonna need it.
Imagine a cowboy like Victor hitching himself to a PhD.
Well, he better get his brand on her before she changes her mind.
Oh, it's so romantic. They're so different. It's like Heathcliff and Kathy on the moors.
Oh. Thanks for staying to have a toast with us. I just personally wanted to invite each of you to the wedding.
Our pleasure.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I've heard so much about all of you. You've known Victor a long time. But I know him in ways you don't. He makes me so happy. And my kids love him. Well,
Let's now meet you for dinner tonight.
of course. We should tell the kids together.
I'll bring the pizza and ice cream.
Well, you do that every time you see them. I think we should have a home-cooked meal and honor the occasion.
Ginger, for the honeymoon, we can go to the Alamo.
With 3 days left to do it, don't you think we should concentrate on the wedding arrangements first?
I know a judge.
I know a rabbi.
I love you.
Mary Beth, forget the overtime. Adios. I'm grabbing a hat. Au revoir, sayonara, and goodbye. I'm going to treat myself right. Are you going to a meeting? Nope. Going shopping. I have a thing to order as Becky's wedding. Men think you're kidding when you say that. At least David did when I told him I was canceling dinner, but he could help me pick out a dress.
Men don't actually understand shopping.
I think it's genetic. See ya.
Night. Happy hunting.
What do you think?
You threw your constitutional rights out the window. You remember the Fifth Amendment? The legal search and seizure?
David, it was part of the job. Some days you pound the streets, some days you pee in bottles. Besides, we nailed the perp, so why are you making a federal case out of it? Now, how does this look?
You know how I feel about your shoulders.
I know how you feel about skin.
This is a perfect one for a wedding.
If I were the mother of the bride.
You know what burns me about testing? It's the hypocrisy. Breaking one law to enforce another.
David, I would pee in a bottle any day if it meant less drugs.
Well, thank you, Ed Meese. You want to fight drugs? Take away the glamour. It's education, Chris.
All I'm saying is, if I take off in an airplane, I want to know I'm going to land right side up, all right?
Yeah? And who decides?
I'm not just talking about airplane pilots. I'm talking about train engineers, bus drivers, surgeons.
People who carry guns? Huh? Where do you draw the line, Chris? It's a violation of any worker's rights, an invasion of privacy.
David. This is an invasion of privacy.
So he tells me he doesn't know whether he can put it together in that short amount of time. He's got to rent the hall. He's got to call your pals. He's got to get a babysitter for Lauren. So I said, hey, Marcus, you just be the best man and let old Manny take care of the bachelor party. So I'm saying, what is going to make the night? It's got to be something...
Mammoth. Oh, bigger than mammoth.
Ginger building your vocabulary, Victor?
You're just jealous, Cagney, because you can't come to the bachelor party.
The last place I'd want to be is at your homage to Homo erectus.
Homo? Wait a minute.
All right. So I'm sitting near the end of the runway over at LaGuardia, right? I'm trying to clear my head. And all of a sudden, ba-boom, it hits me like a wet 2x4.
Moses only had a burning bush.
So, Waldo Biddleheim? Dirty Waldo from Vice?
The very one.
So picture 5 of the most talented girls in the tri-state area and color them shameless.
Personally, I am grateful that we weren't invited.
I just wanted a chance to turn him down.
The guy wound up marrying Waldo's stripper.
Hey, Mary Beth.
What?
Do you remember that bachelor party that we raided last summer?
Huh?
Huh? Remember the one with Molly and her swinging dollies?
Sure, Molly and her swinging dollies.
And what was the name of that other act? Varushka.
Yes.
And her vanishing veils?
The walking aphrodisiac.
All these years on the force, I never saw anything like that.
So many creative uses for fruit.
And remember what it took to get the Longhorn sisters out of the bedroom?
Who could forget? The Longhorn sisters.
Certainly not I.
The Longhorn sisters.
Oof. Talk about a stampede, Victor.
Sarge, is this private information or what?
Oh, gee, I don't think I should say anything.
Oh, come on, Cagney, we do the same for you.
Yeah, come on, Chris. It's a special thing for me.
What do you think, Mary Beth?
Sergeant, I think you should follow your heart.
Right. Sorry, guys, no can do.
Oh, come on, Chris.
Some friend.
Excuse me. Cagney, 14. Yes, Lieutenant. Yes, Lieutenant. Thornton. Great communication skills. He wants his ASAP. Hey, at least he knows his alphabet.
To be able to handle this problem ourselves.
You got that right.
So call Vice and contact your friend Waldo and see if he can get us the Longhorn system.
Get out of town. We don't need Cagney. We got me.
Oh, yeah, he was a social director on a Titanic.
Victor, I promised you a night that will have you grinning for a decade.
Maybe Cagney will reconsider. No offense, Manny, but can you get us Varushka and the Vanishing Veils?
Hey, last time I threw a bachelor party, the groom was 3 days late for the wedding.
All right.
Hey, wait a minute. You're implicated, and the department can't disregard Galt's charges. It's his first offense.
Well, he's grasping at straws, sir.
You didn't negotiate with him. No arrests in exchange for narcotics?
Sir, with due respect, that's the most pathetic line of garbage I heard in a long time.
Lieutenant, let me explain to you how it is out there. Now, when you nail a perp, they say anything. I didn't do it. They roughed me up, whatever it takes.
The scenario is you two arrested him because he stopped cutting you in.
Well, he said that on the slim hope that there might be somebody, if you'll forgive me, naive enough to believe it.
Is that so? Your drug test from the factory came up positive, Sergeant.
That's crazy.
His attorney has obtained the results and is moving to have this case thrown out.
This is a pile of crap. It's obviously a false positive.
Lieutenant Sergeant Cagney has been my partner for 8 years. Now, I'll guarantee you there's no cleaner cop on the force.
You're under fire, too, Detective Lacey.
Sir?
Galt's charges are against both of you. So, detectives, Health Services wants you both downtown to retest. And when you're finished, the DA wants to see you.
I'm not going through that again.
What makes you think we have a choice?
That's humiliating, Christine. You shouldn't have to do it either.
You sound like David.
I consider that a compliment.
Now, suit yourself. I am hitting the water fountain and then heading for Health Services.
There are 2 tests, so we require 2 samples. The screening test gives a reading within 24 hours. To confirm those results, we perform our second test. It takes longer, but has an accuracy rate of 100%. If the test is compromised in any way, you'll have to do it again. You first.
Thank you.
Keep it open. I have to be able to see your hands. You too.
I know, up against the wall.
Look, you got a job, I got a job, all right?
You want to hold the cup for me? It's a mistake. What is the big deal? You know what my new philosophy is? Don't get mad, get even. I want to get that bastard who's putting us through this.
Lieutenant Thornton's computer must have malfunctioned. It's not possible that Galt doesn't have a yellow sheet.
And if we nail him, I'm going to roll him up the river myself. Thornton wants to play it by the book? Fine. We'll play it by the book. And afterwards, I will take the book and stuff it in his library. This whole thing is ridiculous. Lots of things could cause a false positive. Decongestants, cough syrup, herb teas, even a poppy seed bagel. Meredith, you know I'm clean.
I never thought otherwise, Chris.
Yeah. The department strikes again, Mary Beth. You give them everything.
What's wrong to me, Harvey? See, I don't want it leaking out underneath the crinoline.
You give them everything, they give you nothing. Turn, baby. After 19 years, they won't back you. Seems like a pretty one-sided arrangement.
Harv, do I want this a little smidge shorter?
All they care about is perpetuating the system. And the system says guilty till innocent.
Well, now you wouldn't stick yourself if you calm down. I got it from here. Thank you.
You've had enough trouble, babe. That is not your fault.
Thank you.
If you're with somebody that's looking for a fight, you're gonna find the fight.
Chris wasn't looking for this here, Harv. She's clean, you know that.
Okay, she stopped drinking. Maybe she found something else.
Christine is clean. I don't care what any test says.
Mary Beth, she brought a doper into our home. Do you remember Dory McKenna?
She deserves better than that from you, Harvey.
She always backed me when it counted. She was in your corner, remember, when I didn't want you going on the wire?
That does not mean the test is wrong.
If I had tested positive, would I be guilty too?
Next thing, they'll be testing people to get a library card.
Could we move the courtroom to a cab, huh? The movie starts in 20 minutes.
If your body's not off limits, neither are your thoughts.
David, I read 1984, all right? This isn't it.
Chris, I can help you fight this.
Damn it! David, stop it! I'm upset. Yes, I was humiliated. Yes, my privacy was invaded. And yes, I feel like I've been hung out to dry. But I'm not your test case. If you want to be on my side, ask me how my day went. If I say rotten, then put your arm around me. Make me feel better. But don't lecture me.
So, anyway. You want to go to the movies?
Yes.
This is gonna be great. Where'd you steal those things from? I didn't steal them. My cousin Xavier works in a specimen lab. He stole them.
You happen to ask your cousin Xavier whether these are new or used?
That's disgusting, even for you.
What do you call this, high class?
Hey, pour him some coffee, will you?
They're used to filling these up themselves.
That's disgusting.
Look out! Here they come!
Oh, terrific. Albany is shut down and downtown turns up nothing under Galt.
All right, it's a minor setback. Forget the name. We'll run his MO and his description. Oh, gosh, that is very funny, guys. Careful, it's hot. L'chaim, Victor.
Hey, no offense, Sarge.
No offense taken.
Oh, you're a real sport, Sarge. One of the guys.
Well, gee, thanks, fellas. Oh, that's well, just to show there are no hard feelings, all right? If it's all right with you boys, I'd like to contribute, well, Molly and her swinging dollies to your bachelor bash, okay?
Oh, all right. Yes, sir. Get out of town.
Plus, Barushka and you know what?
And the Longhorn sisters.
Hey, my treat, okay?
All right. Okay. Be historic.
Hey, anyway.
Yeah.
The lieutenant's on 3.
Thank you. What, are they playing video games in there?
Basil finally found someone who speaks his language.
Officer, please close the door. You're 2 for 2.
Lieutenant.
Your prelim test returned positive.
What?
That's your second positive, Sergeant.
Is this some kind of a joke? Well, both these tests are wrong. You know they aren't reliable.
Tests are not at issue here. However, your continued ability to represent the department is.
And in academy speak, that means?
Regulations require that you be placed on modified assignment.
You don't have to do that.
A straight procedure. I'll need your gun and shield.
Lieutenant, help me out here.
It's not up to me to decide. You are going to have some downtime here, Cagney.
Look, Lieutenant, those...
Don't make me ask you again. Sergeant.
The chasana is Iber, and bald wird dich haben a bar mitzvah.
Der Chasana is Iber und bald wird ich haben a bar mitzvah.
Good, Victor. Ginger's family's going to be real surprised.
Charisma es Iber und bald Charisma es Itzi done dosage. It's like a foreign language.
Trust yourself, Victor. You're gonna do fantastic.
I don't know. Her family, her kids, her friends.
You love her. That's what they'll see. It's like you're John Wayne and she is Maureen O'Hara.
Like the quiet man.
Yes.
You're right. What's the worry?
Let's go, Mary Beth.
Where?
They want us down at Internal Affairs.
For what?
Crimes against the state.
How many years you got invested in the department?
19, Lieutenant Kurtz. This March.
You like being a cop, huh?
Yes, I do. Yes, sir.
It's a long time, 19 years. Any regrets?
Sure.
Yeah?
Well, no, none, actually. No, none.
So which is it?
I regret taking a life, sir.
Uh-huh. Did you know your partner was a drunk?
What's with you?
You got something to say?
You bet.
I'll get back to you. So did you know that?
My partner is an alcoholic.
I see. How do you feel about it?
I'm proud of her.
You're proud of her. You ever caught her drinking on the job?
No, sir.
Well, there's something I don't understand.
It's not surprising.
You like to strike back, don't you?
I can defend myself.
Really? How is it you got raped? Seems a contradiction.
You ever been raped?
I was wondering about your tests.
They're wrong.
Both of them?
Both of them.
So you have no faith in those tests?
They're unreliable.
Yet you relied on a test to indict your rapist, isn't that correct?
Different kind of test.
It was accurate?
Yes.
I see. So just let me get this straight. Tests are accurate unless they're inaccurate.
I didn't say that.
Detective second grade, that's very good. So what is the pay increase on that?
$7,000, sir.
Yeah. But you could still use more, right?
We're okay with what we have.
And you do have a lot. Quite a lot. The last year, as a matter of fact. Stereo, washer dryer, microwave, dining room table, vibrating lounge chair. And a new house to wrap it all up in, all in second grade money.
My husband also works, sir.
This month. But 3 months ago? And 5 months before that.
Our money comes from hard work, sir.
And does your husband's hard work include associating with racketeers?
Hey, my husband wore a wire to make a case against Leonard Swansky. He's going to testify against him in a court
How
of law.
long was he involved with Swansky before they had their little falling out?
He never knew the man.
What about your son?
My son.
He joined the Marines because there was trouble at home. What was it, drugs?
You got a point to make. Get to it.
Okay, Sergeant. Let's talk about you.
That creep knew all about the meetings I go to, how often, even knew the name of my sponsor. Well, damn him!
Made us look like scum.
IAD glasses, through them everybody looks sleazy. Boy, for somebody who wanted to be the first female commissioner, I sure got one hell of a jacket, don't I?
Sergeant, you're not the only one with a
I'm sure it hasn't been easy having me as a partner, Mary Beth.
I don't want to do this,
No,
okay?
why not? That's how you feel, isn't it? I mean, you just got your life peeled open, and what'd you do wrong? Nothing.
They were false positives, Chris. It could happen to anybody.
It didn't happen to anybody. It happened to me. Again. Christine Cagney.
Oh, give yourself a break, would you?
Cagney the drunk, Cagney the hothead.
Okay, okay, all right. I am angry.
Is this what you want to hear? Yes, I'm angry, but I'm not angry at you. So what do you want to do about this?
I don't know.
Oh, boy. What I wouldn't give for 8 by 10 glossies of Kurtz with a donkey in Tijuana.
Suitable for framing. What do you say we check out personnel back at the factory, huh? We can get there before the shift ends. Also check out Galt's previous employment. Something to trace him on. It's a long shot, but I don't know.
If we break your desk duty, we'll be in the doghouse.
Haven't you heard we're there already?
Oh, I won't tell if you won't. Seatbelt.
I don't believe this work history. You must have copied it out of the phone book. All the companies are alphabetical.
They don't bother to check the references, and I wonder why they're missing microchips.
According to Albany, Gold didn't exist 3 years ago.
What?
Charade. The
What?
movie. Gould is trying to pass himself off as Cary Grant. The whole time we know he's really Walter Matthau.
It doesn't matter, Mary Beth. We're the ones about to be shoved off Mount Rushmore.
No, that was North by Northwest.
Hiya, Patty.
Just get off shift?
Yeah, permanent. I just got my pink slip thanks to you.
Us?
Yeah, you and your lousy drug test.
Hey, we had nothing to do with that.
Liar, you two, you come in here lying about everything.
We were doing a job.
At least you still got one. I worked here 6 years. And just because I smoked a joint, one lousy joint at a party a couple of weeks ago, I get canned.
Sorry.
Tell me how I'm gonna get another job. Huh? Tell me that.
Hey, look, Patty.
If you wanted to bust Stretch, why didn't you just come in here and do it? He was pushing, he was stealing from the company, okay. But I'm a good worker. Guess that don't count for anything, does it?
Stretch. I knew Galt had an alias.
I wonder what else she knows. Hold up, Patty.
When I was 9, my mother got laid off her job.
It's not our fault, Mary Beth.
Message.
Thanks, Josie.
I got home from school, and there she was. And I was so happy to see her. Home before dinner, I mean. I didn't understand what was going on until she put me to bed, and she grabbed me and hugged me so hard I couldn't breathe, and she started crying. And the next month, we moved in with her cousin, Roy.
Basil, we need a nickname run. Feed in Stretch. Come up with some magic for me, will you?
Check Albany as well as local, please.
All right, the system's overloaded. It might take till tomorrow.
Don't knock yourself out. It's only my career.
Look, if the neighbors ain't complaining, then it ain't a good party. You got it.
Hey, Cagney, thanks for the entertainment. I'm gonna go out of bachelorhood with a bang.
Tonight, single women all over the city will be mourning.
Let's go.
Have fun.
Anyway, he called me a drunk.
Aren't you?
No, I'm an alcoholic.
Does the word really matter?
Hell yes.
Not so sure. Everybody knew me when I was falling down drunk. Does that mean I have to hide now that I'm sober?
I don't want everybody knowing. It's personal. It's private.
Not anymore. Look, Chris, it hurts. So use it. Your anonymity doesn't mean anything anymore, so let go of the secret.
I can't. I'm not ready.
Sure you are. Not tonight, maybe tomorrow. It's up to you.
I hate this. I just hate it.
I wish this was Kurt's.
Maybe they went through our mail.
I don't want to talk about it.
You just brought it up. Well, well, well. It's about time, Mary Beth. You didn't forget how to write.
From Harp Jr.?
Yep.
Oh, look at him, Harp. Look at him. He's all skin and bones.
He says he's fine. I think it's just a loose uniform.
What is that? Is that a bruise on his cheek?
No, that's just a razor burn. He's been trying to shave every day.
Okay, Harp, read me the letter.
Dear Mom and Dad, I'm fine. I don't have hair, but I have my own M16. I miss your food, Mom.
That's it?
Love, Harvey.
Cagney, you are a pervert.
You call her an exotic dancer?
Interpretive, Esposito. There's a difference.
Oh, there sure is.
Good morning.
We expect a
Morning.
little skin.
Yeah, but what we get is a 75-year-old lady dressed in a white sheet pretending she's a waterfall?
Worse with a born-again gospel group.
You didn't like Molly and her swinging dollies?
Cagney, you got a mean streak a mile wide.
Didn't you enjoy yourselves last night, boys?
Oh, Mary Beth, I'm shocked that you're a part of this.
Hey, we were just trying to show you guys a good time.
Exhibition chess doesn't exactly ring my chimes.
The Longhorn sisters. Inspired, my partner.
Cagney, we had a good time in spite of you.
Yeah.
That Emmanuel's a terrific actress.
Oh, I keep one of those videos, you know, just in case of emergency.
It's almost as good as Red River.
So much for evolution.
Here are the nickname files on Stretch. A copy for you and a copy for you.
Thanks, Basil.
I'm happy to see you made it home from the party in one piece.
Well, I didn't stay long. The lieutenant gave me some cross-check efficiency programs to run at home.
Next, you'll be taking up squash. Okay, the best defense?
Here's a good offense.
Stretch. Well, this one's still doing time in Attica.
This guy is 4'11".
Pay dirt, Mary Beth. Alias, Richard Brugalti. Alias, about 6 other names. Physical description tracks, too. And surprise, he's swimming in Priors.
Go to the next page, Chris. The sergeant with the 3-3, Arthur Paulman, he left the department 8 years ago under a cloud involving charges brought by Richard Brugalti.
Currently, Richard Galt. It worked once, why not try it again?
The case never went to trial. And Sergeant Paulman called it quits. What do you say we pay this sergeant a visit?
I'm grounded, remember?
Right. I'll meet you in the parking bay.
Right. Thornton's looking for me. I'm in the ladies' room. Practicing.
Yeah, Stretch pinned me as a dirty cop. Next thing I know, the department tells me to pee in a bottle. I said, you pee, I quit. Morning, Miss Green.
We'd like you to testify to that, Mr. Paulman.
What, in court?
Yes, sir, if it comes to that.
Forget it. When I walked away for good.
We're giving you a chance to nail the guy who did this to you.
Thanks to that slime, I saw how the force treats their own.
Mr. Paulman, he's trying to trash another cop.
You want to fight to keep the lousy job, go ahead. But you do it without me. Taxi, Mr. Fisher? If I were you, I'd look for another line of work.
Sergeant Paulman, didn't anybody ever tell you there's nothing as sweet as revenge?
Good luck.
Victor, what are you doing here?
I forgot the ring in my desk.
Oh,
Don't forget, 7 o'clock sharp. Okay?
we wouldn't miss it for the world.
Don't worry, Vic. You look like $1,000,000. Huh? Ginger's very lucky.
If you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all.
Forget it. I take it back.
Cagney, the lieutenant's looking for him. And he checked the ladies.
Lieutenant Sergeant Paulman said he would testify against Galt.
Immaterial?
Baxter, this is a genuine break in the case.
You didn't need Pullman. Your final tests came back negative.
What a surprise.
Now I'm left with a situation where 2 of my detectives violated a direct order.
Oh, come
I have to consider the consequences. You realize that, don't you? Now, I can tell you what the book says I should do. What do you think I should do?
All he wanted was an apology.
He should apologize to us. He didn't have to go through all that crap to prove himself innocent. He didn't have to sit across from that pig in IAD with his life split open and spat on.
Yeah, it still feels like there's somebody watching us.
What do we have left to hide?
Did you get your gun and shield back?
Sure. In fact, they had to crawl on my hands and knees to beg for it.
Hey, Chris, don't we have a wedding to go to? Music? Little dancing?
Victor's Becky.
Wedding cake? You could have my piece, too.
I don't know. I think I'd like a church wedding. If you did it again, you'd go that route, wouldn't you?
Well, to tell you the truth, David, I don't remember the ceremony. But I remember every inch of that hotel room in the Poconos.
There was some wedding cake, huh?
Oh, it was so romantic. Ginger radiant, Victor terrified and handsome. It's a good thing Marcus was there to prop him up.
I still can't believe it. Victor, a family man. Soon there'll be the cry of littlest Becky's ringing throughout Manhattan.
You and David danced a lot.
I had extra energy.
Oh, you sure did. The way you pushed and shoved to get that bouquet.
I never pushed or shoved anybody.
Christine, single women were being toppled right and left. You were very competitive.
Yeah.